Take her on a kayak out back. Put her in a knapsack. Ooh. Blow out the back.
Just a little bit.
Blow that back out.
I would try.
Selma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
Gary King Jr.
Frank.
Thank you.
We here.
I am the king. I know I'm sexy.
Bro, I played that.
I got the looks.
That Drive the Girls. Wow.
That song made me horny when I was a kid, bro.
Bro,
Is that wrong?
I was driving the other day and I was like, I want y'all to realize as a wrestler, my son doesn't like wrestling, right?
Oh,
I said, why you don't like wrestling? He's like, it's fake. And I was like, son, you couldn't last a day in training. He's like, if I saw John Cena right now, I'd thump him.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't doubt you could knock out John Cena, but like, that's a lot of man. Like,
that's
like,
a man.
like I'm 290 something, like kind of chunky.
Yeah.
John Cena like a solid, I don't know, he probably like a solid 270, 250. But I'm like, I don't know what that chin is like, son, but I believe in you.
They're all tough, bro. All of them, dude. Even though it was fake.
Listen, I'm a big wrestling fan, and I understand that wrestling is predetermined. I understand that it's just a soap opera for men, but there's a level of physicality and like of balance and movement that you gotta make it flow.
Yeah.
And so I respect that aspect. Like, yes, I know wrestling's fake, and it's like in that, but you can't fake athleticism.
Facts.
You can't fake the shit that they do. Like when you saw Jeff Hardy jump 30 feet from the Titantron onto to Oh Boy, that's not fake.
That's high as fuck, bro.
Yeah. Like think about it. If you thought about 30 feet, like high dive, like that's like the middle high dive, that's like a smooth 30 feet.
Yeah, if you're telling me to jump off of a cliff, like if we're at the lake or something, and it's a 15-foot cliff,
I'm saying no.
I'm just like, I don't know. But they're doing it on the tables.
And it's different now than when I was a kid because like
I haven't seen it in so long. Dude.
So I guess like to catch you up, the Rock's family. So you got Solo Sikoa, Tonga Tama. I'm probably messing his name up. You got Jay and Jimmy Uso. So Solo Tonga, Solo Sikoa,
okay,
is the son of Rikishi.
Oh.
Jay and Jimmy Uso are twins. The Usos, who are the son of Rikishi.
Rest in peace, right?
Right.
Rest
Rikishi's alive. Umaga died, which is like the cousin of Rikishi. So they're all like in this whole tribal chief thing, and I sit here and I watch it and I'm like, I eat it up because like the story is good. So it started off with like Roman Reigns, who's a part of the Shield, and like each member of the Shield got their own like random like singles run. So you have singles and you have like tag teams and you got factions. So DX would be a faction, Road Dogg and Jesse James will be a tag team, and then the singles will be Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Okay.
So that's that way you break it down and
that
it makes sense.
That
so
makes
the
sense.
faction would be the Bloodline. The singles would be essentially Roman Reigns, and then your tag team would be with Jay, Jimmy, and Solo Sikoa. So they all so in a tag team, you can have 3 people share a tag team, even though it's a belt because it's still a team.
Yeah.
So now they're running it, and it's crazy to see Roman Reigns. I didn't like him at first. Didn't have no mic skills, very boring. Just like, yeah, huh. But then he like started developing his tribal chief thing, pointing the fingers. I like to see building of characters. Like what most people don't know, Stone Cold Steve Austin, all the final products you see now aren't what they were when they first started. The Undertaker wasn't always the Undertaker. Kane wasn't always Kane. Shawn Michaels wasn't always Shawn Michaels. Stone Cold wasn't always Stone Cold. They all had to build up to get there. And with Stone Cold, which is my favorite wrestler and the reason I like resonate with him the most, he was like one of those dudes, didn't have a dad growing up, had a stepdad. So he did that, went to school, played football, all that, left, and after he finished school, wanted to do something, he liked wrestling, so he tried, like, let me try out this thing called wrestling. Went to a wrestling school like most people do, learn the ropes, and then he did there's 2 ways to get into business. You either like grandfathered in through family, like Randy Orton's, Cody Rhodes, the Hearts, like that, like the Hart Foundation, like all of that, or you're like Stone Cold or like somebody like that, or Shawn Michaels, where you have, or the Undertaker, where you either have like God-given ability and physical talent, but also the talking, because wrestling is physical. But if you can't sell yourself as a wrestler, then you can't sell the product being the company you work for.
Yeah, facts.
So if you watch wrestling like in the 90s. Like us as kids, it was like the Attitude Era, the Monday Night Wars, which was WCW versus WWF. And like in that time, like as kids, you can attest, like we was over there telling people to suck it, throwing up the middle finger, this, that, and the third, because we lived that wrestling. And even if your dad, like, wrestling's fake. Yeah, but like this shit mad entertaining.
Yeah.
And that was like our superheroes. Like we didn't have like G.I. Joes. We had G.I. Joes growing up, but like that's my dad's stuff. He-Man, that's my dad's stuff. Why I'm gonna watch some half naked white boy play with a sword in the jungle with his homies. So like Stone Cold came from like, came from the mud. Like he was literally from like Victoria, Texas, came from the mud. Sleepless nights, wrestling at fucking fairs, eating pork and beans, top ramen, then had a break. Doing the WCW thing with Brian Pillman. Then
he was in WCW?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, shit.
So he used to have hair. He used to be Stunning Steve Austin. So if you're, he was blonde, all of that. He had hair and eyebrows.
Okay.
No goatee. So he looked like your average, like, white boy, no disrespect, average white boy, like, wherever you would go at the time. Because it was the 90s. Then got released from WCW. Okay. Went to ECW for talking. Paul Heyman's like, yo, come over here. We could do something. He only would talk, but then that's when like the pain of him getting released. Mind you, he got called on a phone call like, "Hey, what's up, bro? How's it going? What's good?" Eric Bischoff like, "Hey, you don't work here no more." What? You don't work here?
That's Snake.
That Eric right? And then Bischoff. you go there. Then he goes to WWF. Becomes like, I forget. He just
he had the black shorts.
He had the black shorts and he had no goatee.
$1 Million Man.
Yep, he was with him. Just cold stare.
What was his name?
I think it was just Steve Austin.
Oh, okay. He was with the $1 Million Man.
Yeah, he was with Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and then he had that break when he beats Jake the Snake, and he's like, go back home, get you a cheap bottle of Thunderbird, and he gives that whole He's like, Stone Cold just says, "I just whipped your ass," and he gives that promo. Essentially, you could go back and watch it, and that's the birth of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, you watch it, and he's like, he always tells a story, like, how'd you get your name? He was like, we was coming with fucking up names, Frosty McDagger, Icy McCold, and then he was like, my ex-wife brought me a cup of tea. He's like, you should drink your tea before it gets stone cold. And then,
dang,
there you go. So, like, for me, I guess, like, people like, why do you like Stone Cold so much? I didn't have a father growing up in the house, and I only knew my grandma from Texas. So as you're a kid, I was like, Grandma, you should vote for George Bush because he's from Texas. She didn't really like Texas. She didn't tell me why she liked Texas. But getting older, being a young African-American woman in Texas in the 30s and 40s, I could assume why she left Texas.
Facts.
But, like, when I saw Stone Cold, I was just like, bro, the nigga stands up to his boss. We all, as a kid, don't you ever just want to stand up to your teacher like, no, teacher, bitch, like, this is what we doing. You be like, yeah. Didn't respect authority. He didn't he did things his way. He made you really feel like this is who he is. And then you watch Punk'd with Ashton Kutcher. There's like a little spiel where the valet drivers giving one of his attendants, one of his employees, a hard time.
I remember that.
And Stone Cold's like legitimate, like this ain't fake. Like, he really this dude. I have a bunch of favorite wrestlers, but he's on top. I like The Rock because The Rock talk. I never really liked Shawn Michaels, but as I get older, I respect what he did for the business. Not a big Triple H fan, but as I got older, I understand what he did for the business. I was a big Mankind guy because he like low
special.
He got a bit of the tism, but then I looked at him because he wasn't in shape. Like, if you looked at Mick Foley, he just you looked like your homie's dad who put on some shit and just tried it.
He was down for whatever. But I think that was kind of like the WWF took advantage of his specialness. Like when you're younger and there's a kid that's a little special and you're like, hey, go touch the fire or something.
Yeah.
I felt like they did that to him.
But he did it, though. Like, this is what does they say? I forgot the saying. This will be real rough. If you're gone from your job and they're still talking about you, you did your job. Yeah. That's how you become legendary. If by the time, think about all the race car drivers we like, Niki Lauda, Dale Earnhardt, Ken Block, Ayrton Senna. Those dudes, Dale Earnhardt has been gone for legit 20 years. People still talk about him till this day. Not even young people know who he is.
Yeah.
And in that magnitude of whatever you do, when you leave this earth with which we're all granted, and you're talked about legitimately, like, you think about it, his son's kids probably have kids. Dale Earnhardt Jr. probably has kids that have kids. Yeah. In a sense, but that's so detached that you're still talked about.
Yeah, that's like Babe Ruth's family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you're Ruth? Is your last name? What are you related to Babe Ruth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really? Yeah, for sure, dude. If you were to even think about the 5 most memorable moments in WWE, WWF history, I would definitely say number one, and probably not anything other than that, would be the Hell in the Cell.
Yes,
What else would you show an alien that came? Like, hey, what is wrestling? This.
Yeah, like that. Like you telling me, like you gonna throw this grown ass man off the top of a cage onto a table? That's in a sense when people like fake. Like you can't fake that. Like there's like you can't rehearse that. This is like a bet. I'm only doing this one time.
Yeah.
One smooth time, and that's it.
Crazy. That, and then the Boyhood Dream. Shawn Michaels, bro. That was my guy.
So
right
see,
there.
like with me with Shawn Michaels, he was too pretty.
Look at that. Hanging down from the top of, what was it, Anaheim, where the Ducks played?
The pond?
The pond. It was the pond, dude, coming down in that white suit, and then he won, and then he starts crying. Super kick. Come on, bro.
Bro, I want you to sit here and think about Shawn Michaels' theme song. If you, out of everybody's theme song, that is the most narcissist. I'm him. That's what, you know why I didn't like Shawn Michaels. Like, you know when people like I'm alpha. That's like, think of the nigga. Can I use nigga on here? The nigga came and is think about me. I've been in the gym pumping up like Bret Hart. Yeah. I got my opening theme song is a guitar riff, and then I gotta hear dun 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 dun. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I got like his theme song has nothing to do with wrestling. I'm just if you watch,
I'm just a sexy boy.
Sexy boy. There's a promo with Stone Cold when he's going to wrestle Shawn Michaels for that belt, and he's just talking shit, talking shit. Look at his eyes. He looks coked out as fuck, and he's like, I ain't cute, I ain't no dancer, and I ain't sexy, and it's like he's talking. And when he's talking, it's in black and white. And when he's talking, and it's like his ad libs are him doubling down. And he's like, "What kind of man wears pink? What's up with that, Bret Hart?" And I'm like, "Damn, Stone Cold!" Like, and there's another promo where he's like, he's talking shit, and he's walking around like a one-legged man, and he like, I ain't making fun of no man with no leg. And I was like, damn, Stone Cold, you're so self-aware in your shit talk that you're not making fun of a disability.
Yeah.
But that's Shawn Michaels guy. Ever since like he's like hair metal era.
Yeah, I'm trying to even, as you're saying around, I'm trying to think about why I was so attracted, to Shawn Michaels.
It was.
I don't know what it was.
You saw Shawn Michaels, and he was like the cool dad.
That's
Like you boys want to go to McDonald's, but it's Monday. Like we go to McDonald's. What are we going to? That's a Friday thing, Mr. Michaels.
Gotta eat.
Right? You boy, listen. I just got off work. Your mama had me pick you up. I ain't got time to cook.
Yeah.
What y'all want? And it's like, what can we get? Well, what do you want? Can I get a Big Mac?
Hold on. 2.
You want how many Big Macs you want? Hold on. What you mean? Like, I don't
mean how many?
Because think about when you're a kid, like you get kids meals, and when you got a homie dad who just realizes like you a young man, like think about it. I remember the first time my homie's dad gave me an option to order a grown up meal, and I was like,
this don't feel right.
He's like, what you want? I was like, can I get a kids meal? He's like, I ain't getting you no kids meal. You big as fuck. Like I'm like 10. He's like, what you want? You want like 10 or 20 nuggets? And I was like, what you mean 10 or 20? Let me get 20. All right, what else? Let me get a large high C. You want a large fry too? Yeah. What? What the fuck you say? Yeah. Yes. I'm like, yes, sir. Bro, I'm 10 years old with a 20 piece, a large fry, and a large high. And that's what people don't realize, because it's like the separation between like mom and dad is like, dad just got to get shit out the way. Like, I ain't got time to worry about what your mom will be like, well, you're 10 years old. You shouldn't be eating a 20 piece. Look at him. He gonna grow into it. He gonna be okay.
Dad just got to check shit off the list.
Like, bro.
8?
Right?
You slap?
Did you watch your ass? You jacking off? I don't care. Just get that.
Done.
I remember out here like, what's XYZ doing? They're probably jacking off. We can't eat till this fuck boy gets done. And I'm like, all right. I was like, you said your dad was jacking. No, I wasn't. I wasn't jacking off. But that's the kind of shit. Like, even with my son now, I'm like, it's cool because I get to live through him, but we have the same hobbies. I met one of his friends, and his friends know what I do, so he's like shy to bring me around his friends because he doesn't want to be like, this is my dad that works at this automotive company that drifts. It's just like, he won't even introduce me. Like, they'll be like, is that your dad? Like, no, that's Gary. What's up? Oh, this is my dad. Oh, you're Emmanuel's dad? Like, oh my gosh. Like he's like, but because he's like not embarrassed. He's proud of it. But at the same time, it's like, imagine like, I don't know. I couldn't have compared to anything. Like if your dad was a pro skater and your friends like skateboarding, be like, can we come to your house? And
for sure. Kids don't want to, my son uses it, don't want to be the main character.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Because we grew up as side characters.
Yeah.
I was always the side character to somebody else's main story. Like, oh, you would Julio, he's fucking good at BMX. You cool too.
Yeah.
But you're here with him, like, so you get a shirt too. And I'm like, all right, I'm just, bro, I don't have to pay to get in the skate park. That's all I really care about. I got my helmet and my iPod. I'll go fuck off.
Yeah.
But then like when you become the main character, it's like, this shit weird. Not weird, but it's like you go places and be like, don't I know you from somewhere?
Yeah.
You the dude with the green car?
Yeah. No, definitely. Sometimes it's different, you know. But I guess it's just the bigger that you go, especially for you. Like you're exposed to millions of people like often. So
I take it as a double-edged sword. Like somebody asked me, Miss Isha asked me the other day, like, do you ever get burnt out of this? And I'm like, no, because I know what it's like to have nothing. I've worked at the Amazons. I've worked for government contracting. I've worked at Home Depot. I've worked at damn near every surface level, like basic job and basic good job. When I say basic good, government contracting is not basic because you need obviously a good background. And I got access to a lot of things people would never fathom outside of a ordinary life. But I remember that. Like there's days where we're shooting 12, 14 hours filming this versus that. And I'm like, fuck. I'm over this. But then like a little voice in my head is like, nigga, you want to work back at Home Depot?
Snap back. Yeah.
Do you really want to deal with people like, bro, Christmas season, chopping trees and putting them in cars, having tell people like I wouldn't say demean you because the rule at Home Depot is you can't take tips.
Yeah.
So I'd have to do something smooth, like I'm like just throw it in the car. And they just throw it in the car. I feel like a prostitute.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that way because I'm making $300 a day putting trees in cars. But as a like when you think about it, like damn, like this just for this little period of time. Or I'd be like I'd be something smooth. Shake me with your right hand, and I'll face my back towards the building, and then like shake with the right, put it left, like some diploma type shit, and they put it in my apron.
Oh, I feel you. Yeah, that's always so whack because when I worked at Best Buy too, they said you can't take tips, and I'm like, well, that's some bullshit, bro.
Right?
Because they're taking tips for pouring me a coffee, but I'm right here under your dash, putting your amp, trying to figure out where to drill through and not try to puncture a brake booster or something, and I can't get a tip or something. Come on, bro. I would take it.
Same.
Because you're tripping.
They say you're gonna get fired. Shit, nigga. This Home Depot. I can go to Lowe's. I can go to
Circuit City. I'm out
right now.
I go to Circuit City right now. You need me.
Not right now anymore, but like in a sense, like yeah, like bro. I remember. I'd really just like not try hard at Home Depot, but when they would send me to other stores, I would put on like I would be like. They was like, why you do that at other stores and you don't do that here? Because I represent us when we go out here.
Yeah.
I'm not about to act a fool at store 7633.
Yeah. I know the number. That's fucking funny. When's the last time you had a traditional job, and what was it?
The last traditional job I had is when I worked in Chatsworth at a place called OnTech.
Okay.
My job was to disassemble OBIGs, which is an onboard inert gas system. So essentially what it does, it takes the oxygen and turns it into nitrogen for like C-17 planes. So if something goes out, that it won't blow up. So that's what I was doing. I was disassembling those and cleaning it. It was a real like the only way you could fuck this job up is you don't clean right. But the thing is like you can clean right, but it's the paperwork. You got to like check every part, and there's a lot of moving parts. So the size of the system would be like a fully built LS with a supercharger. And so it'd come in a crate. So my job, receive them, check every crate because they ship them, make sure that they didn't mess them up because they would send them sometimes with them not bolted up. Because what happens is when you're doing the government stuff, like if you don't account for what they did, then it's on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm checking to make sure That was like the last. I haven't worked there since 2021.
Okay, 2021. So ever since then,
Yeah.
you've been working with Hoonigan and.
So I've been there on and off since 2018. So
Okay.
like 2018 be like I was started there. I was on there full time. Then I had
Yeah.
to part ways because of some personal issues with the family, and it just happened at the wrong best time. So I got like a taste, but then it was like, hey, like family, you got to learn how to. Essentially, it was my family. My aunt got cancer, and then I was also learning like this ain't a game the whole time. So it happened at the right time. So what I mean by that, like in my head, I was like, bro, this is all fun and games. Like y'all niggas is like out here doing stuff all the time. But it's like, no, like when the camera's off, it's business to be held.
Facts.
And there's a certain way you got to conduct yourself, all that. Like, cause me, I'm just, you meet me like how you meet me. I'm the same person I am off camera, on camera.
Yeah.
It's just like you got to like throttle it around. Like people, when money's being made, you can't be this.
Yeah.
Like you got to sit down, like bring it down a notch because people do want to give you money because what you do, but they don't want to give you money essentially if they meet you off bad tendencies, or what is it? The first impression is always the last impression. So if I come, hey man, what's up? It's patting, wrestling, throwing people and stuff. Like, what the fuck's this big ass black dude doing here? I'm trying to pay y'all $1 million, and he just body slammed my sister through a table. Get your man's. And it would really be, I'd really be doing stuff like that because I'd be like, hey, you know, like super abrasive because it's like I'm appreciative of it. And I don't know how to express so much joy other than to like hug somebody and pick them up. Like that's just the level of affection I have. Even when we went to Japan, they said, this is going to be like a story.
Yeah, let's do it.
They said, don't hug anybody. Don't shake, like you shake and bow. Shake and bow. We know you, Gary, like don't do that. We go to Japan, we go to the Tokyo Auto Salon. They're like, XYZ's here. Cool. I'm like, hey, what's up? He dapped me up and I was like, bet. Then I gave him a hug and I kind of lifted him off the ground. And I'm like, oh, they're like, and everybody looked at me like, what the fuck are you doing? What did we tell you? And I was like, my bad. And the dude just looks at me like, oh, it's all good. A couple nights later, they're like, hey, the Yakuza want to see you. I said, who?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm like, who want to see me? Like the Yakuza. I was like, they don't want to see. They said they want to see Gary King Jr. I said, how these niggas know my name? So we had like a little, not even a little thing. We had a fundraiser for the earthquake that happened.
Okay.
They're like couple of like cool couple dudes like tattooed like, but they're not like tattooed like cholo style. Like because they got like. They shit on. It wasn't like the suits. They was just relaxed, like business casual. There's like, have a seat. I was like, y'all speak English? This is what I said in my head. It was have a seat. And I was like, sit down.
Seat.
And I was like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Like, sorry about they're just stone faced. You want a drink before we talk? And I was like, huh? Like, oh shit, I seen this. I know what happened next. You gonna be on the ground talking about my name Gary, man. Damn, man, I messed up. And they
the rats in the bucket, heating it up.
Smooth, and he was like, they like, just have a drink. I was like, my grandma was like, don't be disrespectful. If somebody offer you a drink, it's like, can I get a Sprite? We don't have Sprite. You got ginger ale? We got ginger ale. Bring a man a ginger ale. I drink I was like, ooh, and I'm asking, ooh, this shit's spicy. He was like, it's real ginger. I was like, okay. And he was like, we met you the other day, and you hugged us. And I was like, yeah. He's like, that's a sign of like disrespect. And I was like, I didn't mean anything by it. Like, I'm super sorry. It'll never happen again. He's like, I know. And I'm like, I don't know like how to make this up. And he was like, we're fucking with you. And I was like, my chest, because I was like going, I can't do nothing but like I was just thinking about all the stories I heard. He's like, bro, we good. Like, we know who you are. Yeah. Like we were made aware that you do shit like this, and we were going, and they told us to fuck with you. And I'm looking at the homie who said, I'm like looking at him, and he's over there, and he's like, he's just so quiet. He I never try to say his name unless you know who he is. He like one of the homies well off.
Yeah.
Started his own brand, does his own things. I consider him the big homie. He always is like, you should move like this, you should move like that. And I always come to him with my issues. He's like, people are always going to do that. Like, that's just how they get to you to break you down. Everything that you could imagine happened bad in a whatever type of business happened to him. So the most craziest conversation I had with him was like, Gary, you're gonna make $1 million very soon. And I was like, what? And I like in my head, like you hear it and you always thought about like coming to there. He's like, you're gonna make $1 million very soon, but not right now. But it's coming. Like just know, like when it comes, it's gonna come. And he's like, when you get your first $1 million, don't spend it all. That's where I fucked up. He's got my first $1 million, and then I goofed it off, but I knew more was coming. So for you, like, just prepare. And I was like, why can't I get it now? He's like, well, if I gave you $1 million, what would you do now? And it's like, he's like, I had to like think about it, but I knew. But he's like, you took too long. Even that split second, you should already know. You should already have it written down, what you want to do with your first $1 million. And essentially, like, you know, most people when we grow up, they don't teach you financial wealth.
Facts.
They don't teach you in school, like, jump right off the jump, get your credit straight. You know, your parents try to tell you that, but you don't understand why they tell you that and the importance of it now. Like, I have homies who own houses and properties like that, and for me, it was like, just like, I don't really care. But understanding getting older, like, renting out places and like, oh, this is your house, I'll rent this house. Like, what's that mean? Like, I gotta pay towards you. So, like, if you decide to sell this house, I'm out.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of shit like what he meant by that. So it was like very humbling knowing that somebody who's already made it knows you're gonna make it. It's just gonna take a little bit of time, but when you do make it, when you do make it, you're not gonna stop making it.
Yeah. No, I feel you, bro. You definitely have it in you. You got the personality, you know, and that's a huge part of it. And you got the hustle. Like, I see you in so many different avenues, and yeah, it's gonna come. I mean, it comes when it comes, bro.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just,
I'm not rushing it.
It's just this all about the journey, and it sounds so cliche to say, but like everything that I've ever been, every goal that I've ever achieved, it wasn't the journey up to it. That's where the value was in the memories that you're making. You know, like you going to Japan and having these experiences. Like that's what making it really is. You know,
I would say so, because it's like I'm 35 now. If I was 25, I wouldn't appreciate it as much, like driving, building cars. Some people can because they've had a rough life their whole life. I wouldn't say, like, my rough life is understanding I grew up in a substance abuse household, but I had a grandma that always took care of me. Like, gave me the bare necessities. Like, when I say that, you could eat, you had a place to sleep, you don't got to worry about people shooting. Like, and it's like hindsight's 20. If I could go back in time, I would do everything the same, but I would put more effort. Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to tell people. Like, there's trying, and then there's effort.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I tried to get to the podcast, but I didn't leave the house. I just saw there was traffic, so I didn't try to make it. I got here, and understanding that effort is how I got here for what we needed to do. So when the people like, oh, I want to try to do this, I want to try to, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Either, like Master Yoda says, do or do not. There is no try. As silly as it sounds, a lot of movies and a lot of kids movies will teach you the values of life, but like real movies don't. Like, I'm not about to sit here and watch The Notebook and learn about love. Like, that's superficial. That's like females think about like that.
That's not even real love either. That's a lot of bad stuff that happened in that movie.
Yeah, like if you watch Toy Story, like that's the meaning of learning how to love somebody. Like when you see Andy and his toys and learning, like, sometimes you got to step away from something, or when Buzz Lightyear and Woody they start beefing and they understand, like, off the rip, like, this is what everything is.
Yeah.
And that's what you get, those life lessons.
Yeah. No, I feel you. You were talking about Japan. I wanted to get your...
Oh, my bad.
What's up?
I didn't mean to change subjects about that shit. But what about Japan, Mr. Frank?
I would go everywhere, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I like to... Trump's named it the Weave. Have you heard of that?
Bro, I don't pay attention to politics, but all I know is my wealthy homies. They're like, we can't have that lady win, and I was like, break it down to me where it makes sense, because I don't know neither nor. He's like, let me break it down to you. They want to raise taxes on the rich, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, that makes sense to you, right? Yeah. So if we pay taxes towards the government, like that makes it even for you, right? I was like, I'm just thinking logically as a poor. Like, yeah. He's like, no. If they raise money on us, if they make us give money to y'all, how are we gonna make that money up? Where's that deficit come from? We just tax you more. And he was like, and then I was like, he was like, think about it. These are just the homies I have who these are like people who could buy people type of money. And I'm like, why y'all have me around you? Because we like you and you understand. You don't judge us for how we talk. You only judge us for acts of negativity. And if you're not doing nothing negative, I can't be mad at you. He's like, I thought about minimum wage at McDonald's went up $20. No more dollar menu. You think McDonald's is going to be like, cool, we're going to give you $20 an hour and we're going to keep the dollar menu? Fuck no.
Facts.
A McChicken's $2.39 now.
Yeah.
It's damn near normal price for a McChicken. And they over here, and then this is just why I got pissed off. Bro, a chicken Big Mac. That used to be something you could fuck around with a McChicken. Remember, you just get a McChicken, 2 McChickens, take the patty out, and you got, hey, look at me, I made a Big Mac McChicken. That was $2.39 concoction you made.
Yeah.
Now it's $6 to get a Big Mac chicken thing. But I understand that there's values and morals and all that. But at the end of the day, whoever in office, I'm getting my money regardless.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Listen, god dang, Blastoise and his vice president, Yugi Moto, could be in the office. I'm still going to get my money somehow. Yeah. I'm going to get another hustle because I got to eat.
Because the real competition is the rest of society.
Yes.
And if you are comfortable with the skills that you have, you can get it whenever. I said that, like, if we ever end up in a concentration camp, we're going to be the most lit in the concentration camp versus everybody else.
I don't want to think about it that way, but like if somebody was like, hey, I'm tired of this, like real quick, you'd be like, hey, let's come together. You could make that work. You could essentially, it was not a mutiny, that's on a boat. Martial law, that's when, like, I don't know how that, I forgot how that works, but in a sense, like, if you were like, bet we could overthrow, and this you want to know you want to know the perfect example of that, people like, why don't police stop takeovers? There's 1,000 kids out here in 2 cop cars.
Yeah.
Unless they send a National Guard, you're not stopping that.
Yeah.
You'd have to send every law enforcement at that current time to stop all this malarkey.
Yeah.
And that's essentially like, imagine if America did the same thing. If they overthrew certain people of power, I'm not saying do this at all, but it's just an example. That's just how I see it. Because I see it like when you watch Transformers 1. Everybody got tired of Sentinel Prime lying. Like, eventually they found out Sentinel Prime was lying, and he was giving the Quintessons the Energon. And they're like, bro, you giving the enemy? You giving the ops our hard earned work? Fuck that. The Megatron was like, run the fade. And Sentinel Prime was like, you ain't him. Gave him some work, and then when Megatron got free, he ripped that nigga in half. But at the same time, the way I took it was, you've been abused so long, you've been told what to do so long, you looked up to these people so long that you're tired of hearing a point of authority.
Yeah. You
are the point of authority. And he's like, if you can't rule by power and beat me, you're nothing. And then Optimus Prime's view is like, this dude did us wrong, but that doesn't mean we have to live the way he lived. We can still be peaceful. We can still be a planet. And that's the war. It's like, Megatron not finna listen to Optimus Prime because the dude he idol. It's like if I found out Stone Cold was an extreme racist right now, he didn't fuck with black people, he didn't fuck with Skylines, I'd be hurt. Like, this was a front this whole time. Like, you was just being controlled by like somebody else, I'd be hurt. Then not like that, but like that's the only way I could make it make sense. But like for him, like it's like, fuck, you're nothing but a bum.
Stone Cold. Yeah,
and since Sentinel Prime or whoever you look up to, like this whole your whole life, your whole career of existing, you looked up to this person to find out they were messing over not you, but a planet of people. A planet of people.
What Transformer number was this?
This is Transformers 1. It's the newest one. It's an animated movie.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I've only seen
like
the first.
Yeah, like this. Like if you
Shia
watch,
LaBeouf.
like if you watch this, it's like, fuck. I'm a Transformer fan. So like when I watched it, I watched it 2 times. I watched it once, and then I watched it with my son, and I was like, watch it, and I'm like, damn, like these little animated movies hit because like, bro, I'm trying to watch Transformers. I don't give a fuck about Shia LaBeouf, Raw Dog, and Megan Fox.
Do you think he raw dogged her?
He probably did, bro.
Even the thumbs?
The thumbs.
You seen her thumbs, bro?
Bro, the thumbs. All she got to do is this. Just put them away, shorty. You know what I'm saying?
You think he beat? I don't know what the set of a movie is,
bro.
but...
I'm gonna just imagine you spending your love interest this movie. You gotta kiss her,
and they smooched.
Like, you don't, when you kiss somebody, like, no diddy, no homo, like you kiss them and you're like, damn, like you feel. I don't know. I couldn't be an actor if I gotta like kiss somebody on purpose. Yeah. I'm getting a boner like off the rip, like
quick.
Like, I don't know how you control that.
Imagine sex. Like,
Bro.
even if you have, you know, skin colored, like, panties on or whatever, if we're grinding and you're, like, in my ear, I'm like, it's moving. I can't help it. You know, sometimes even at the doctor when he's, like, checking around, I'm like, hey, bro,
Like, you gotta
let's take a breath.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. Look that way. You know, you got to chill out a little bit, dude. But, like, it's just physical. You know what I mean?
That's it. Like, that's why this is what I explain to people. Like this is gonna sound so stupid. I give Christian side hugs. So if you ever notice, if I like hug somebody, I'll give them a side hug because like on a full on like body to body. Besides the homie, like some like that's like if you're a man and we hit the like what's up, like that takes all the way. Like the my brain will lock out. But like if I got to give you a side hug because the physical connection would make me feel like my brain is like, what is this? What we getting into? Like, nigga, it's just a hug. Chill. Nah, man. This ain't no hug. Or like I'll fist bump out of respect or shake hands or like do one of them like, I ain't finna be the awkward one because like I did some sideways. Like it wasn't me. It's just.
And then when your boys are wearing some nice cologne, dude, you're like, damn, bro, you smell good. And you're like, what the fuck am I thinking? You know, and it starts making you question your shit. And
Not
you're like,
at all.
nah.
I know I like coochie. Like
sense. What if a dude smells good? Is that gay? Come on.
No. So this is my theory. I appreciate like Frank. You're a good looking guy. You're a handsome dude.
Thank you.
Like I appreciate the look like of another male. If you put together, I'll tell you like, bro, you look good. And that's back in the day. You'd be like, huh, she or sissy. Like,
you see, it's a fairy. You see,
yeah. Like no. Like it's like dudes don't compliment each other enough to be appreciated. So it's like when I see my boy Matt, I'm like, bro, you got your hair cut, you got your fucking shit done, and you smell good. You smell good. Like you look good. You feel good. Oh, yeah. That's cool. Like when I see Shawn Michaels, that nigga's pretty.
Yeah.
That nigga's gorgeous. No homo. Off the rip. I saw Randy Orton in real life. No homo. My first real life wrestling event. It was Thanksgiving 2018. My boy got me tickets. I'm front row. It's me. Oh my bad. It's me. The black thing, and then that's the ring. Like I see Randy Orton, and I have voices, and I see the nigga walk down. And I'm like, no, like this nigga's beautiful. Yeah. Like I ain't never seen a beautiful nigga like this in my life. I've been at the beach, I've been places, but like the way he like, you know when they say he got the aura, he just walked in, and I was like, I see why bitches like you, Randy Orton. Yeah. Like, and he could wrestle, he could talk. Like I was like, damn. And then I was like, ugh, nigga, that's gay. Not like that, but what I mean by it was like you're not like I appreciate the look of a man, I appreciate the scent, but it's like when you smell a woman, like when you hold a woman, it's like something about like the softness, the femininity of a woman. Like you can't replicate that in a dude. Like not I'm not going there, but what I'm saying is I like a woman. Yeah. I appreciate a man. But I don't appreciate a man like how I appreciate.
I'm clipping the shit out of this.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm clipping the shit out of this, Gary.
Like all whatever you say, I don't. If niggas be like that nigga Gary gay, I don't give a fuck what they say. Because at the end of the day, like bro, I like women's, and that's just what I like.
Oh, you know, I was watching Transformers 1 not long ago. And I remember when I was a kid, it like imprinted on me when they had that Camaro and they popped the hood and it was like, bow, wow, and it was just like the baddest engine ever. And then I recently watched it and I'm like, yeah, that's just like individual throttle body. Like it didn't even look that crazy, you know? And then I look at the Camaro and I'm like, that Camaro is kind of whack too.
But for the time, you got to
for the time being, yeah. But it didn't age good.
Nah.
Talking about Trump. This is the weave, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn.
So when you talk to Trump, you'll be like, hey, it's Trump. So what do you think about this policy about immigration? And he'll just go fucking. And you got to bring him.
That's
so what you got a little Trump in you, dog, because I got a fucking.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord, I'm not. Listen, I don't do the politics, so I stay away from the politics.
And just about the person. Why are you so scared about that, bro? Come on, you can stand on it.
For me,
you can stand on it.
For me, it's just I just leave it alone. Like I said,
you can stand on
regardless who's in office, I'm gonna get my money.
That's it.
That's a simple point about
that. At the end of the day,
because what happens is people get and this I watched the Jadakiss thing today, and he was like, "What you wish you could change about rappers that I didn't know so much about the rapper, just the music."
Facts.
And what I mean by that, like, bro, you through social media you can find out everything.
Yeah.
So whatever, like everything, like, oh, Kamala did this, Trump did that, bro. It's essentially like they say, it's the greater of the two evils.
Yeah, of course.
So it's like this is the way I look at it. Trump win, America. Some people in America are not gonna be happy. They're like, oh, you're racist because you voted for Trump. This, that, and the third. It's like, no, I like money. Is it money? Is it racist to like money? Is it racist to take care of your family, to live an American dream? If you vote for Kamala, well, you wanted peace, but peace came at a price. Now you're not getting as much money. Now you're complaining.
Yeah.
Property taxes, did they drop? No, not property in what is it, the percentage? What is that thing? The interest rates.
Yeah,
did they
interest
drop?
rate, no.
Did shit go down? So it's like you voted for a softer face, but this is just based off what I hear. So it's like, where do you stand, Gary? I'm like, nigga, I don't own a house.
Yeah.
I don't have a car note. But the cost of living, stay at home and cook. Don't eat something. I can miss a few meals. Like
The thing is it's like it makes me question if I'm racist. And I'm like, damn, I've never felt fucking racist ever. But am I racist? Because all these people are saying that I'm racist if I laugh at like Tony Hinchcliffe's comedy set that he did at a rally.
I heard he got hemmed up.
That shit was funny as fuck, bro.
It's and this is my problem.
It's funny as hell.
I love
dog.
comedy. And comedy is I forget the word, subjective.
Yeah.
I believe. Or there's so back in the day, comedians poked fun at life and you just laughed at it. That's my thing. Like, I hate when people call me. Correction, I wouldn't say hate. I hate when people dislike. I dislike when people call me and ask, "Can I ask a question?" You already called me. Like, what's up? What's up? Can I ask a question? I don't want to take too much of your time, bro. Just get to the, like. Don't you took longer for the build up than the question that was needed.
That's a good one. So how would you want somebody to approach you? Would you want somebody to text you, hey, I got a question when you get a chance?
Yeah.
Because I'd be rarely calling people.
Yeah, if you text me that, cool, I'll call you then. But if you call me and I pick up, that means I got a little window to talk to you.
Facts.
But it's my fault for picking up. But I feel like everybody that calls me is something important. And that's the problem because I'm used to being on my phone for work and everything I do. So if like a producer calls me, like I'm not gonna hit them when I call you back. Hey, what's up? Damn, you picked up fast. I'm just ready for the call. Or if somebody calls me and I can't get to it, I feel bad because then it feels like in my head like I didn't get to you. But it's understanding like people are busy.
Yeah, I think calls have reached a different level where calls are of much importance. So if it's not anything super important, like just don't call me.
Yeah.
Just text me.
So if people call me, I know it's important. So I'm like, hey, because it could be like, oh man, it could be that one person like, hey, I knew I had a black friend. You just helped me win $1 million, Ryan Seacrest. Like, man, cool, yeah. Thanks, bye. And that's that's how I always think. So it's like when people ask something of me, like just tell me. That's essentially.
No, I feel you. The weave.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to talk about Japan.
We're back to it. Japan, right? The guy from RWB.
I just saw him.
He's been getting a lot. I saw you guys just posted something, right? He's just been getting a lot of static online. I wanted to get your opinion on all that.
You want my honest opinion?
I wanted the honest everything, bro.
Don't be mad because he getting money.
That's it.
That's essentially. If you really wanted to break it down, in the day and age of the internet, and I was thinking about this in the shower. A lot of people haven't got socked in the nose lately. Yeah. And I'm not saying you need to beat somebody up, make them feel like they're on the verge of death. Getting socked in the nose is the worst feeling ever. Like when as soon as you get hit in the nose, like you know exactly how it feels.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is it's not a metaphor. I really mean like people need to just get socked in the nose and remember the internet has made you very comfortable on talking shit. I get a lot of hate for my grandfather's LS Swap Skyline. Oh, how could you do this to a Skyline? Whoop de whoop whoop blase blah. And I commend everybody at the Giant H for giving me so much training. Like there's a dude there. He's like, I know how you are. You want to attack all the time.
Yeah.
Growing up as a male, you're always on defense. And as soon as you're on offense, that's how you get got. As soon as you feel comfortable and you give a little stride, that's how somebody will be like, chink, and like, god damn, where'd you come from? And what I go back to that is like, people don't follow the story. People don't understand. I saw this man for about a couple hours, chopping up Porsches, putting on body kits, realigning stuff, putting it on. I'm like, this is a craft. It's art.
Now, where was this at?
This is he's building a couple cars to take to SEMA. So he's building 6 cars at the moment to take to SEMA, which is Monday. They're going to caravan out and take these cars to SEMA.
So where was he at? Where was he building the cars at?
He's in like Orange County.
Okay, gotcha.
Orange County right now. I went there for work. We got like a collab going on with him, and it's like, it's cool. But people are like, oh, he's doing this. He's all. When did all y'all become haters? When did y'all start hating on Nakai? Because when he was in Need for Speed, y'all was sucking his dick.
Yeah.
Y'all was ridiculous. Oh, man, I can't wait to get an RWB. I can't wait to get a Porsche. Damn, you know what I always say? It's easier to talk shit about the game when you can't get in the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I seen one video that went viral. It was like some white dude that used to build Porsches, and he was talking about it, and he was hating, not hating, dry hating, and he was saying how they used to build Porsches. This is how we would do it. We would do it with metal or whatever. And I'm just like, when I see videos like that, and when I see people hating like that, the first thought comes to my head is like, bro, you're just mad because you're not getting it.
That's it. It's as simple as that. People, these are people. The people I first saw, people like, you know, people. It's cool to make satirical comedy of it, like, you know, the kid blowing.
I like that one. I like that one
because when he met him, like, wait, hold on, sorry about this.
Handle it, bro. You gotta take it. Take it. I'll use the restroom.
No, it's fine. I'll just wait. That's comedy. He understands it. And when I met him, bro, this dude's probably about to retire soon. You're hating on a dude who has that doesn't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Imagine like you just walking around. Oh, I don't like your work. Well, who are you? Imagine like, who are you? Did you buy one of my products? No, but So do you own what I have? No. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like it's like when you watch like Stephen A. Smith talk about a basketball player. He gets paid to analyze the game. That's why he gets paid so much. But at the end of the day, you put him on the court. Could he defend LeBron in his peak physical condition? Could you defend LeBron? Could you outplay Dak Prescott? Could you outdo freaking Wayne Gretzky? No, you couldn't. So like when people criticize me, I only worry about my peers. Like people who actually know me, who are like, hey, you got a little blow by here. It might be your rings. It might be this. It might be that. And I'm like, okay, bet you've dealt with this, so I know what to deal with. So with Nakai, it's like, bro, I told him, bro, I respect you. Because at the end of the day, he found a niche and he ran with it.
Yeah.
The only other person I know who build better Porsches or something that I would want to buy is Singer.
Bro, you know what's crazy, dog? I'm just looking at this. That camera hasn't even been pointing towards me the whole time.
Uh-oh.
This is it, bro. Okay. Like, I'll tell you when we jump in.
We good.
When you said, like, make this like a bi-weekly thing.
I'm down to come here bi-weekly and chop it up with you.
I was thinking, like, because I'm on my hustle right now for YouTube. I've been uploading every day since September 23rd.
Okay.
So I'm doing the podcast, I'm doing clips, and then we've been vlogging.
Well, if you want to do this bi-weekly, I'm down here to come here on a Friday. If I got the time, if I'm not traveling, I'll come down here and chop it up with you.
So that's what I was like, damn, if we could make this like its own separate kind of show in Downtime with Downstar, but it would be like, instead of it being like your episode, like Joe Rogan, they'll do like Fight Companion or something like that. We come up with some name or something like that. But like, I want it to be where we talk about real shit. And you know, I know you have more stuff that you have to worry about than I do, about things that you can talk about or not. But I want it to be like a fucking a safe space where you could just fucking tell these stories and shit like that. You know,
I tell them because it happens to people, and at times they're afraid to tell them because of what they think. I grew up with my grandmother, and she would always raise me. If they're not paying you, if they're not helping you get them through in life, or like if don't worry about it. Like she came from a very different. Like she was born in 1927.
Yeah.
So you figure she was a teenager in the 30s and the 40s. Math.
Yeah, 27.
Pretty much.
40,
Like she grew up in a time where America was rough, and. Excuse me. Ooh, is that the T1000? No, that's the T600.
No, that's the 1000.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought the 1000. Does he have a skeleton? The gooey nigga? Or is it T800? That's Arnold, right?
No, that's just one of the bots.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, because the it's not the guy, because the guy was the dressed up fool.
You got Spawn. You got all right.
Seinfeld.
I never watched Seinfeld.
Come on, bro.
I tried to watch Seinfeld. It's too dry funny for me.
Yeah.
Like like they be like, who left macaroni in the sink? And I'll be like, this
That's
nigga
downplaying it too much.
Bro,
No.
bro, Friends and Seinfeld, like all my homies from New York, like Seinfeld's hilarious. Bro, I grew up on Martin.
Oh.
So Martin, like comedy from Martin, like watching Martin and then trying to watch Seinfeld is like watching In Living Color than watching SNL. Like it's a little bit more seasoning.
I don't know why Seinfeld lasted the time that it did, or like from now, like it aged so well, but Friends didn't. Friends didn't age well.
I didn't watch
bro.
Friends either, so
I watched it all the time.
I know the theme songs. No.
Imagine if you we're back on, dude.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll weave back in.
Okay.
But imagine if you were the Rembrandts and you're like, all right, we got a career that we're going to have, and we got an album, and we got this track. Yeah. And then they give you, hey, we're putting together this show. We wanted to use that track. Oh, yeah, that's cool. And now that's all they're known for is the Friends band.
So think about, I didn't even know who the band was that song. I could like think about it. Like I know the theme song to Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the Middle. How does that one?
Yes, no,
maybe. That's like Weird Al or some shit.
No, it's not. It's I don't know who it is, but I know the theme song.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? It's a bad edition this day and age.
Family Matters?
Yeah, I just saw like a reel. Like that same guy did like 4 different shows. He did what's the one with the families?
That's so you sing Family Matters.
The one with the roller coaster.
That's Full House.
No.
So Step by Step.
Step by
That's
step.
damn.
Day by day.
Bro, I would,
and one more too.
I wouldn't even guess that,
That's
but
the
like,
same shit.
bro. But you know what? That's all on ABC.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that bro, TGIF Fridays.
Seventh Heaven.
That's Channel 5.
When I see their happy faces,
bro,
smiling back at me.
I remember the episode when they was huffing paint and old boy got
they
a
went through
nosebleed.
some real shit.
They would like, bro, that Christian household, like the dad, he may have been a piece of shit in real life, but like shout out, he wanted them great sitcom dads.
He was trying.
You're a pastor. And your kids are just around fuck shit all day.
Bro, the son Simon, he tried to join a gang, bro. All white gang. That shit was crazy, bro. All white gang.
All white?
Dude.
Ain't no Mexicans? Every gang got a Mexican and a black.
Maybe.
But all white?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got a Fernando? An Eddie?
The mom said, "You want to mess with me?
A Chewy?
You want to mess?
You like, bro. That mom, like you looked in her eyes when she got the crazy white woman look. Like you knew she was like
down.
Like the dad would be like, he'd be like, okay, Kevin, don't do anything. All right, remember God said. And he'd be like, and his son would be like, forget God, Daddy,
forget him.
And then his mom would be in the kitchen washing dishes, and she would literally like break the sink. What do you mean, forget God, Kevin? Without God, we wouldn't have this house. The air you breathe, the shoes you walk in, is all thanks to the Lord. Don't you forget that. And then the little girl would come, like she would come downstairs with her first world problems, like, Daddy, you've got a missing finger. Like, what? I miss shows like that had substance. The world used to have some substance in it, like, and I thought like the level of respect, and it goes back to Nakai thing.
Yeah, weave it in. Like
let me peep some game to you. Nobody got, and then I heard Cam and Mace talk about like nobody got a big homie they scared of no more.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, you go to the skate park, right? There's a clique of kids that hang out at a table. You respected each other. You understood, like them niggas understood you was the skateboard nigga and them was the gang niggas. And they held it down for that park. And when other parks would come through, other niggas they didn't know, they feel them out like, hey, like, don't do nothing. And when shit happened, they'd watch until something actually had to happen and they would have to intervene. And what I mean by that, there is no, like, kids don't have a level of, there's a difference between respect and fear.
Yeah.
You respected your mother, but you feared your dad. And what I meant by that was, I had a grandma. So she'd be like, at times when my dad was right in the mind, like, I'm going to tell your dad. Like, I walked home in the 2nd grade because my dad fell asleep. He overslept and didn't pick me up from school. The Artie's already outside the gate. They closed the gate. The proper thing would have been to call the house, 323-295-0572. I still remember my house number to this day, obviously.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, man, nobody coming to get me. I called and I actually was like, can I use the phone? Nobody picked up. And I walked my happy ass home from Hillcrest Elementary right up in the Baldwin Hills. And I walked in. I never forget because I tried to go to the homie's house, Sammy's house, use his mom's phone. Nobody was there. Then I just start walking up the hill, bro. That felt like a long walk. Now that I think about it, it's not that bad of a walk. But when you in 2nd grade, you a little 7-year-old ain't shit kid with these dusty ass Ninja Turtle shoes walking up this hill. Damn. You sweating like you ain't never felt real sweat before. Like you got PE playground sweat, but like this is like grown man walking.
Drips.
Yeah, I'm like. And then I get home and my dad's like, Wayne Jr., what you doing here? Oh, I was supposed to pick you up from school. And she's like, Gary, I told him not to walk home from school. You hear that sound? That's how my stomach, he grabbed that Marlboro belt and he whooped the shit out of me. But it was like, bro, I was like, man, I'm never, like, after he whooped me, I was like, I ain't never whooping my kid. But I understand. Like, I never walked home again after that. Even in high school, I didn't walk home unless my grandma let me. But the worst part of that was he whooped me and then he was like, show me how you got home. Made me walk back to school. And then walk back home. So not only was I already dog shit tired, my ass was sore, and I had to walk back to school. Like, nigga, like I'm crying. And he bought me ice cream, right? I had me a little Ninja Turtle ice cream with the eyes, and I licked it, and it fell on the ground. He said, let that be a life lesson. Just because it came easy don't mean you're going to get it back. And I was like, shit, I'm 7 years old. Like, damn. I never forget because I was like, Michelangelo licking the shit out that joint. No, I'm just like, cause I'm crying, but I got ice cream and I licked it real hard. No diddy. Dude. And the fucking thing, like if it literally the nigga head was on and it fell, and then it fell and it like.
Cause it was always some weird gelato kind of ice cream. Yeah, it wasn't like real strong.
No, cause it was just ice cream on a stick. Yeah. Like it wasn't no base. It wasn't no solidarity to it.
Yeah, facts.
Bro, when it fell, the eyes, like the little gumball eyes, like rolled out his head, and I was like, bro, that's probably the last time I got one of them ice creams. I stuck to strawberry shortcake after that. I was like, fuck Ninja Turtles, fuck Michelangelo, fuck my dad, fuck ice cream. I was like, and in my head, like, you know when you a little kid and you just like
raging, dude, yeah,
snot rolling down rolling down your upper lip and like tears falling down your eyes, and all you can think about, when I get big, I'm gonna murder everybody. Well, the hospital called my dad. Joke's on him. He's in the hospital. That's what you get for doing fucking drugs instead of taking care of your son, stupid nigga.
And that is comedy.
Yeah, that's essentially.
Some people don't fuck with that kind of comedy.
And it's just like it's
comedy.
This is two ways I can look at it. I can sit here and cry about all the bad experiences I had as a kid. Like, bro, the cops took my dad on Christmas. I'll never forget that day. I could tell you the gift I got, what I opened, and how it happened.
Oh my God, dude.
LAPD, open the door. We're here for Gary King Sr. I was like. My grandma opens the door and my dad's chilling in his room, and I'm like, the police are here on Christmas? It was like Christmas that night before it rolls into Christmas, and I'm looking up, and when I'm a little kid, everybody looked like 30 feet tall. I'm like, yeah. He's like, young man, you might want to go back into your room. This is not going to be pleasant for you to see. So my grandma was like, go away. And of course, like the fucking little nosy kid I am, little chismoso, I'm like, what's going on? He's like, you got the. I'm seeing my dad. Like, come on, man. Like, what? I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm quiet as shit because they told me to go the fuck away. I see him going to jail. I'm like, my grandma was
take me next.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn. So they took him away for domestic violence, a domestic violence charge. Like, grandma, what happened to daddy? Dad did some bad things. He's got to go away to where grown people go. And she wouldn't sugarcoat. She's like, grown people go to jail. And she was like, when you do bad things, this is what happens. Merry Christmas. And I was like, what? Like the way I describe my life is like a Medea movie.
Yeah.
It perfect to the T. It'd be like, I ain't have no comical grandma. The comical grandma was life. So it was like, well, it's Christmas. Go open your gift. I got Crash Bandicoot 2, Jet Moto 2, Twisted Metal 2, and Need for Speed V Rally.
Damn.
Out of all those games, I still have Need for Speed V Rally. I played Twisted Metal 2 so much that it fucking broke. Crash Bandicoot 2, I still have it. It's a blue disc, Cortex Strikes Back. And Jet Moto 2, I don't know what happened to Jet Moto, but I still have those other 2 games. And this is what I tell people, and I don't know if it's there's dementia. Every day I feel like I start to lose a little bit of memory. And maybe that's because I'm not reading enough, maybe because I'm not challenging my brain enough. And at times I question, and I'm sure you do, like, did that really happen?
Yeah.
Like, was this shit made up in my head? Like, did really? And then I'll go back and I find those games. I'm like, yeah. Or I have Mr. Kooky Bear, this teddy bear I carry around. People are like, why do you carry around? I'm like, my grandma and grandfather gave me this. So it's like, in a sense, like when I go places, like they're no longer here, so they can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like it feels like wherever I go, they go. My buddy, wherever.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So for me, comedy, like my favorite comedian is Patrice O'Neal. Big, old school. People will call him a womanizer, but I hate that if you tell it the way it is, it fits whatever narrative that agenda is. If you make jokes liking Trump, oh, you're a Trump supporter. Like, no, this is just funny what he says. Or if you like this joke, like one like Bill Maher, like he makes jokes about everybody. He's like the black people, and I'm like, yeah, Bill Maher, the black people. Talk about the black people. They walk around and they do this and they do that. I don't understand you black people, but it's just understanding like he don't understand black people. He being open about it. He not racist. This nigga's in Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
A sitcom, a fucking space opera about niggas of different races and classism. That's essentially what Star Wars is.
Have you ever been to somewhere where the population is predominantly black outside of the U.S.?
No. Where I've been has been predominantly Caucasian, or Asian, or other.
I just got back from Antigua.
Where the hell's Antigua?
It's like kind of very close to Barbados.
Oh, so you're
in
around
the islands, getting closer to South America.
Okay.
So like from North America to South America, there's all the chain of islands. Puerto Rico, Cuba, Dominican Republic, all those. Antigua. There's a they put on events. It's called Antigua Streets. They just put on this event called Little Tokyo. So they had me out there as a judge for the event. I would say pretty much over 99% of people were black there. And like everybody was so friendly, dude. Everybody was so friendly. Everybody was so happy. I'm like dapping up strangers, dude. Just like, hey, what's up? Having a good time. I went to a donut store and I go inside of there and there's some like young kids sitting outside to get a donut, and then I come outside and I'm just like, fuck, I'm just gonna talk to him. So I start talking to him and ask him if they're gonna go to the show and shit, and we start chopping it up. And it's just like, I think the U.S. experience, obviously there's still a lot of like, bad blood in the history, but just seeing it from a different point of view where I was like the outsider when I went there. And man, dude, it was a totally different experience than everything that I hear,
Well, I think I felt the same way when I went to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And as stupid as it sounds, I went to China and Japan today. It was like night and day where I was, but I felt foreign. That's the first place where I was like, damn, I don't feel like, because in America everybody's American, but they look different. Like you and I, you're Hispanic, I'm black, But at the same time, it's not like when I walk outside, it's going to just be a gang of only Hispanic people. Like when I was in Japan, I was like, as stupid as it sounds, like, damn, everybody here is Japanese. Like it sounds so stupid, but when you think about it, it's like, if you came from Japan to America, everybody looks different.
Yeah.
When I went to Japan, everybody looks Japanese. And I'm not saying how they look, but everybody's Japanese.
Everybody.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you walk around like, hey, it's like, oh, no English. And I'm like, anybody speak? Like, and I'm just like, because I'm frustrated, but it's like, bro, it's I've never been out. Like when I went to Australia, I was like, cool. Like people in Australia, the only thing that separates you in America, you just talk funny. But then I'm like, I'm in Australia. So the first person I saw was this dude at the carousel for your bags. And I was like, hey, can I ask you a question? Yes. I was like, do I sound goofy to you? He's like, you sound American. You sound very American. And I was like, what is that like? I'm like, what does that sound like to you? And he was like, and he was so receptive. It wasn't like fuck off. He was just like, well, you sound like how the people sound on TV. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like, and he was like, you're not from here, huh? I'm like, no, nigga, I'm from America. He's like, what's a nigga? And I was like, whoa, you said nigga? And he was like, I said it because you said it. Like, what does it mean? And I'm like, bro, the fact that like you don't know what it means. And I'm like, I like this. Like, there was no sign of disrespect. It was just a cultural shock because like everybody comes to me. I'm like, you sound like the Crocodile Hunter.
Yeah.
You sound like Steve Irwin. You sound like Andrew Hawkins. But to you, I sound like a dude from California. And I can't fathom like, because to them, they don't have an accent. They just sound like everybody else. So I'm like walking around just like, I'm going through customs. I'm like, hey, they're like, how's it going? And I'm like, it's good. And they're like, get your ass out of here. Get to the country. Like, they're like, what are you here for? Like, for people who've never been out the country, and this is like my first real year out the country, it's like when you go, it's not like when you get to LAX. When you fly from here to like Nebraska, like you get off the plane, like you got to go through, why are you here? What are you in this country for?
What do you have with you?
Yeah,
Write it down. On
bro, I
this
had a bag of beef
paper.
jerky. I did not say I said I claim nothing. I claim nothing because as soon as you start, and that's what I learned. I seen one because we have camera equipment, so you have to declare camera equipment, this, that, and the third. But it's understanding like since vlogging is actually production, there's not a level of like we gotta check. Like they check.
Yeah,
they're making sure this shit ain't a threat to their country, but at the same time they know what you're here for. So as a business or personal, business. What business do you have in Australia? What are you doing here? Mm-hmm. That's when they start pressing you, and then that's when they say when you watch Locked Up Abroad, and then you hear all the people, they start freezing. Just play it cool. Like when the cops pull me over, I'm like, hey officer, how's it going? Play it cool.
Yeah.
Don't start no trouble. Won't be no trouble. And niggas like when they, I'm here for business. Check this nigga, bro.
For my name, dog, they always pull me because I have like a really Francisco Javier Garcia Jr.
Yeah, you definitely a cartel. Like you look like you look like you be on the videos,
bro. They pulled me. They did it when I just got back from Antigua, dude. And I'm just like, fuck. But I just didn't want to miss my layover flight. But yeah, I've had it when I came back from Mexico and like I think Japan too. I don't know. We got too much fucking problems. We got too many problems in the U.S. and it's shit that shouldn't be fucking problems.
Let me be president for the one time.
That's it.
Listen, this is my reform, right? Peep game. You can agree with me if you don't. You gay. Fuck it. You like what you like. Just don't force it on the kids or the old people. And the reason I say the old people, because when you get older, you go back to a childlike mind. Simple mathematics. Guns, let them in. If everybody had a gun, then you wouldn't feel exclusive. Well, what about school shootings? If every kid had a gun at a school, excuse me, I don't mean to sound insensitive, but if 30 kids have a gun,
yeah,
and one kid's acting out, one of them 30 kids is gonna be like, that's it.
Well, it's like when you're in a city that you're allowed to carry, everybody has their temperaments a lot lower because they know that everybody's fucking carrying.
Right. When I was in Texas, I accidentally, I was like talking to this lady, I would say flirting or whatever. And I was like, hey, like this, that. Her husband looked at me and my homie's like, he's got a gun. I was like, and like, bro, he gonna shoot me for this? You know how stupid he'd have to be? Like, this ain't a ghost gun. There's cameras here. But he looked at me like, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
This could get sticky, but I was like, I didn't mean any disrespect. In my head, I was like, I didn't mean any disrespect. I was just having a conversation. But guns, Why not? I feel like everybody should learn how to shoot.
It's fun.
It is. So my gripe is I have friends in Canada. Guns are America scares me. Why? Because somebody might shoot me. You're talking to me. I'm not shot. Like, have you ever shot a gun? I don't even want to touch a gun. Why not? Well, because they're scary. And I was like, what if I told you that I could take my car and run over 1 million people right now? Would you be scared of a car? The logic's not sound. Well, it takes like Michael Douglas in that movie. It takes one bad day. Somebody could go on the freeway right now and just start ramrodding people.
He was pissed.
He was hella pissed in that. I forgot the movie because
it was real sunny.
He was in traffic.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
And he was just fed up. And then the day just kept getting worse. He was chilling. The Vatos came. Was like, give us your briefcase. He's like, you want this?
Yeah.
Can I get the breakfast? Breakfast is at 9:30, sir. It is.
That's right.
It's 9:31. You don't have anything left over. The man was mad at very surface level things like this. You could have held off for tomorrow for this.
Yeah.
But that's why I like reading comic books and shit. But essentially, just try. If you shot a gun and you didn't like how it felt, I understand that. But it's something powerful about when you aim a gun. Like Micah Diaz taught me how to shoot. When you aim a gun and you're hitting the target and you hear ding, whoa, what? I hit that? Like, yeah, how far was that? Like 100 yards. What? Do it again. Like, line up your shoulder, the sight, ding. Bro, like, it's so stress relieving.
Yeah.
My other reform, immigrants, make them pay a tax. Tax them hard. Why tax them hard? They already have a hard life. Listen, they want to come here, make them pay this much fee, and make them pay this much fee, don't be in trouble for this amount of years. Smooth.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me. Everybody wants a better life. What's America? The home of the free, the land of the brave, but also we're greedy.
Yeah.
You got to pay that tax, brother, man.
For sure. We got to think of this as like a club, bro. You want to come into the club? That's cool.
Bro, I never felt, this is how I felt. I tried to go to Costco in Maryland with my little cousin because I wanted a chicken bake bad as hell.
Chicken.
And this is right when I started my little diet thing. And I was like, if I'm going to eat one bad thing today, I just need a chicken bake.
Oh, shit.
The dude stopped me at the door like, hey, where do you think you're going, buddy? Where's your Costco card? And I was like, huh? I said, I just want a chicken bake. Well, if you want that chicken bake, you got to get a Costco. Bro, I was willing to buy the executive membership just to get a Costco, just get a chicken bake.
The black one, dude.
But think
the gold font.
But think about that's America. You want access to all the shit I understand in other countries, healthcare shit may be cheaper, it may be free, this, that, and the third. But look how happy them people are. Like, you want to go to America. A lot of people want to come here.
Yeah.
Respectfully. I thought about it. I was walking in Japan. The best thing about Japan, the prices. Their dollar's weaker than ours.
Yeah, right now it's super weak.
And
perfect time to go.
And I tell people, I went with $5 American dollars. And you remember back when we were kids, $5 got you far. That's how far it got me in Japan. I was living my best early 2000s life. I bought a pack of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure cards, a steamed sticky bun filled with pork, a drink, a smoothie, and a bag of chips, all for under $5.
Damn, I miss Japan, dude. Good times, man. No, you're totally right about it. I think that people, they just get so upset about things that aren't even really an issue, but it's made to think that it's a bigger issue than it is by the media, because they don't have anything else going on in their life. They're not building anything. They're not doing any puzzles. They're not drawing. They're not playing pickleball. They're not going on
They're
runs.
not active.
They're not doing shit, dude. And that's the problem. That's the real problem.
Get
is
you
that
a hobby.
Their life has no value to it at all. But then they want people to listen to them. Like, nah, bro, I ain't trying to do none of that shit.
The biggest thing I hate, like, since I started like going to the gym and trying to like prove myself, this is the first time I could say I've been accountable for me. And what I mean by that is, I didn't go sign up for like jiu-jitsu where I know the scheduling is at. If you don't make it to class at 6, then you're late. If you don't make it to like if you're not this, it's like the first thing outside of BMX I've done where it's only me. And waking up, I'll go wake up at 5, get there at 5:30, get my little hour and some change in, then go home.
Yeah.
It's the first time where the product of what I want is whatever you put in it. And it's not like a project car. A project car like the 34, I had to build that for Hoonigan because I had to put a deadline in my head. So that has to get done. With your own, like for your people downstairs, if they choose not to do the fitness challenge, they just don't do it.
Yeah.
They know the result. Like, well, I didn't participate. Well, you don't count then. So you didn't try. We understand. But everybody else, like the day you try, the day one you try, you put that effort, you're locked into this. And what I mean by that is like the accountability in what we do has gone away. Like people who try to tell me, this is the biggest pet peeve I have. I'm like, man, they're like, what's your goal? I'm trying to bench press 315 5 times. That should be easy for you because you already weigh that much, right? Sir, I'm doing push-ups and bench pressing 315, which is 3 plates on each side with the bar, is day and night. How many people, if you took the average American and be like, can you bench press your weight? They wouldn't be able to do it. I weigh 297. So if you gave me like 300 right now, I could throw it up. 3 for that extra 15, like, ooh-wee. Just give me one. If you could just give me one. A lot of Americans can't do that.
Facts.
I dislike people who tell me I shouldn't drink 0-calorie drinks. Well, you know how bad that... Sir, you literally drink Fireball with no chaser, no ice. I don't even know what's in Fireball, but I guess it's flammable. If you could light something on fire, blow it out and drink, I don't know if you should be drinking
Probably
that.
ain't good for you. Yeah, but they don't be thinking about that shit.
Fat niggas who are fat telling me how to get in shape, who can't even do 5 push-ups. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Yeah, facts. I don't be listening to nobody, really.
Well, I've learned not to listen to anybody. Like I'd be on Instagram and it went from thoughts to fitness. And I'm like, this is great because I can go to Costco and see what to meal prep. I can go, like, it's crazy how much free, this is what my rich homies tell me. All the information on how to get rich is there. It's no secret. There's no, like, even if you wanted to be a pimp right now, the internet has enough information to teach you how to be a pimp. You wanted to be a drug dealer, you wanted to be a smuggler, anything you want to be, the internet has unlimited knowledge, free game. It's up to you to apply it. Best way. I want to learn how to drift. I don't have a simulator. So what can I do? My boy Hurt was like, hey, you got this 34, right? Set up some cones, get you a welded diff, practice. Well, I got a place to practice. If you don't have a place to practice, find a place. Can't be mad at you. Find you a nice little cul-de-sac in an industrial area where by a train track. Because why I say by a train track in an industrial area, trains come by all the time. They can't knock you for making noise because it makes noise in an industrial area. That's where noise is made. If you're down the street by a cul-de-sac doing all that, they're going to get you.
Yeah.
So there's no reason not to learn what you want to do. I wanted to learn how to put a subwoofer in my car. So my boy showed me once. I forgot. And then I Googled that shit. I never forget the first time I did an oil change was on my 04 Subaru WRX STI. And I used YouTube. And my boy made fun of, like, I never forget. The dude name was Joel. He's like, Gary had to use the internet to find out how to work on his car. My homie Dion, you gonna make fun of the nigga for wanting to learn? And I was like, he was like, it ain't that nigga fault he ain't have a daddy to show him. And I was like, thanks, Dion. And he wasn't trying to diss me. He was just like we had popses to teach us how to do this. It ain't Gary's fault that he found a resource. Mm-hmm. If you don't know how to change a wheel on a car, you don't know how to build a skateboard, Dick, how to?
Facts. Anything.
Bro, if
Literally.
I wanted to learn how to draw the Downstar logo, there is a way to, you can freehand this shit, but if somebody could come around like, well, you see the points of this star and you see how many like gradients it change. Like, bro, the biggest humbling thing, Chip Foose showed me how to draw a circle.
I remember that. That's
motherfucking
crazy.
food. Like, I'm sitting here like I found out about him on a Thanksgiving afternoon. I didn't grow up watching Chip Foose, respectfully. I grew up watching Power Nation on Sundays because I had finally got cable. So I'm sitting here like, today on Power Nation, we're going to take this 5.3 LS engine and turn it into a monster. And we're going to disassemble it. I'm like 12 years old.
Package.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I've got a Jeep That I'm gonna put I'm just sitting here like every Sunday. Today we're gonna drop in our 5.3, board out to a 5.7 with our Edelbrock intake, Edelbrock heads, and Edelbrock headers. And I'm like, yeah. Today we're gonna put our Brian Tooley cam, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but it's like those. I couldn't tell you those dudes' name, but I could hear their voices.
Yeah.
So sitting here with Chip Foose, and I could like call him, like, hey Gary, let me call you right back. And I'm like, bro, like I told my boss, Doug Dobson, if you watching this. He was one of the first niggas to believe in my dream. Him, Jonathan Loprino, and Richard Nolte. These were dudes in aerospace who were like, you should live your dream. You don't belong here. You are bigger than this. You don't belong in this warehouse building F-35s. You shouldn't be touching airplane parts. Not in a bad way, but like your voice can touch people. No Diddy. Like you should do that. And I was like, really? They was like, you may not see it, but we believe you. You're not going to be here very long. Proof's in the pudding. So when I told Doug, I was like, hey, the homie Chip Foose, like, he's like, Chip Foose?
The homie Chip
Foose. He drove my car, and I'm sitting here thinking this whole year, this 34 is giving me so many issues, power steering pumps, fucking alternators, all this. And I heard somebody dropped in my ear, somebody said, you can't build a car, this, that, and the third. I said, what? They said, your car, you embarrassed yourself. You almost crashed at LS Fest. And you hear, I respond way harder to negativity than positivity. Because everybody, I feel like positive was garbage, but like the negative shit's like the shit you need to improve on. Chip Foose looked at my car and he was like, this your car, Gary? I said, yeah. It's a pretty well built car. It's a Magnuson supercharger. Yeah, I knew Jerry Magnuson, really good guy. And I'm like, I'm like, you knew Jerry Magnuson? Like, yeah. He was like, yeah, man, me and him used to hang out. And I'm like, and then, like, he drove my car. He's like, man. And mind you, there was a dude who, on set, I won't say names or anything, there's a car, another LS Swap car. He's like, man, that car, overpriced, high quality parts, shitty. He got in my car and just drove it and was having a good ass time. And I'm sitting here like, I'm thinking like third party, like Chip Foose driving the Skyline. And he said it's a well-built car. And I was like, you got this car on the right day, because on any other day, my car is like, and you know exactly what I mean. I call my car has black kid syndrome. And what I mean by that, like, all right, we in the house, you doing the dance, like, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh. At the house, you got the steps, right? You get on stage, and it'll be like, what are you doing? You spin. Do the fucking spin. You did it at the house. And your dad just looking at you like, fucking, all you had to do is the fucking spin. You think, and he stops the car. You know when you got the red light? I don't know if you felt. Nigga, all you had to do was the spin. All you had to do was the spin. Why you didn't do it? And you're like, I don't know. You go to McDonald's, do the spin. Do the spin. Do the spin. Do the spin. I never had to do the spin. I built model lowriders as a kid. And I entered a hopping contest. I had a truck. I had an OBS truck. Man, we put Dayton's on it. And in practice, I was dancing. I was ready. I was the youngest little nigga there. Youngest and littlest nigga, because it was a bunch of grown men. My dad made me a switch box because he was an electrician. And this is the time where we didn't know you could get rechargeable batteries. So we're using a battery off my Tyco RC car. So I only had this one battery, and niggas was like, hey, let me play with your truck. And they played with the truck, and he's like, and when it's kind of time for the competition, my shit was like, And I had a dancer, which means I had 4 Johnsons that controlled, each wire controlled a different part of the truck. So like, and we use fishing twine. So the secret was some people use string would pop. My dad was like, we're going to use fishing twine strong. So it would go back, and way he set it up, it would spin reverse when it was done. So it would always settle back in. And so mind you, he put, and this is what my dad, when he was not on drugs, he was a good dad. So he was like, and I knew this was Daddy Gary. This wasn't Gary King Sr. talking. This was Daddy Gary. So I'm letting niggas play with my shit. Competition comes, battery's gone. He's like, how you let these motherfuckers drain your battery? And he wasn't mad. Oh shit, is that me or you?
No, that's me.
That's using my alarm to go to the gym. I have a PTSD. He's like, how you let these motherfuckers drain your battery? They knocked you out of competition on purpose. And he was a very private. How y'all niggas gonna let my son do this? Y'all should feel like. And he was just like, all y'all knew this nigga was here to play. He was just trying to compete with y'all. And I was like, it's not even that serious. But it was like in my head, they felt threatened. And my dad was mad because he took all this time, and we're in Lamert Park. Like, this is the 90s. Niggas was with the business. I didn't know my dad used to carry a Uzi around in his Cadillac. So he was like, I'm gonna go to the trunk real quick kind of nigga.
An Uzi.
Oh shit. Yeah, like he was like, but that's what I'm saying. When he was Daddy Gary, he was Daddy Gary. I ain't never had to see him use it, but I knew he had it because he got it. I seen it once. I saw it one time before when I was a little kid at Francis Hatch School. Some teacher slapped me, and he came to school with it. And my grandfather was like, "Put that fucking shit away."
He came to school.
He came to school like he was like, "Put that fucking," like before he could get, he's like, "Put that fucking shit away. This is your fucking son." And I'm just like, Daddy's got a movie. Like it was just it was cool to me. But it's the sense, it was the prideness. Like you spent this, like that's the one thing that's the one thing I could say my dad and I did besides like go out for go-karts when he was clear-headed and level-minded. That's when he was on his shit, because spending time with me building those model lowriders didn't make him do drugs, because he, like you say, goes back to get a fucking hobby. When idle hands, that's when it's the devil's mischief.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize, like right now, like I'm going through I tell people I have the best worst life. I have first world issues. I got to worry about when I can get my engine's bay scanned for my Super to put the Scat Pack engine in. I got to worry about why my LSR 34 is not working.
Yeah. Bro,
my bills are paid. I got a wonderful life. I'm doing well. Never say I'm doing good, because Superman does good. I do well. I'm starting to get a better connection with God. I feel like that's the one thing missing out of my life, is a strong connection with the Lord. And I don't care what people say, if they don't believe in religion or this, that, and the third. There's like sayings in the Bible that'll resonate with you. There's stories in the Bible. Like, I'm not saying if it's true or false. I believe there's a higher power. I believe Jesus died for our sins. That's just how I was raised.
Yeah.
I wasn't raised otherwise, a Buddhist, a monk, a Muslim, or freaking Seventh-day Adventist. I was just raised in a Baptist Christian household. So that's what I know.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like people not doing nothing. I think about you and I. We're high productive people. We always got to be doing something. If you're not with the family, then you're here.
Facts.
There is no in between. There is no side chicks. There is no like people like, you got bitches. There's women that talk to me, but I can't give them my time, because it's like, if I spend no time away from this, then something ain't gonna get done.
Yeah.
And if this car is broken all the time, something's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm usually here or at work or traveling. Like you say, you see me everywhere, because I like to be busy. And I think about people who just work a regular job, go home, like pop a couple holes in the Hungry Man, put it in the microwave, sit down, watch Joe Rogan, and just like they don't work out. They don't, and it's like that's your life.
It bums me out, dog. It bums me out, and I can relate, because like that's the way that I looked at life before I had this opportunity that I did. You know, I felt like I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, because I was working a 9 to 5 and I was paying my rent, you know, but not even having any more dreams or aspirations.
You didn't have a purpose.
No purpose. I was just living, you know, and I feel like so many people are, and it's just like, damn, I'm getting so much more disconnected from society, and it's just like, damn, dude, you guys are just really fucking wasting your life not doing nothing.
And that's the thing. Are you living or are you alive? I'm living, but are you alive? Like that's what I tell. Like, I had a conversation with the homie and his girl, who just got, like, this is a dude I've seen multiple years, ain't half shit. And this is the first year when the winds got in his cell and was able to push him forward. He got 2 jobs. His girl's a pharmacy tech. So you got some money, right? He's buying cars, and I'm not mad at him buying cars, because when you didn't have money, you had the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got what you want. You got your Mazdas, you got your Lexuses, and you got everything. Your girl's got a daily now. She ain't got to catch the bus no more, bum a ride on the Uber. Like, you ain't got to worry about like riding a bicycle to work.
Yeah.
And I told him, he's like, man, I want to build a drift car. I want to do this. I want to do that. And this is where like life hit me. And like, when you don't have something, you're able to appreciate what you didn't have, and you understand why you don't have it. And I told them, don't spend all your time in these cars. Unless you're me, and I don't mean it this way. When I say unless you're, my job is my car. I have to get to events. Like next year, I've got a minimum of 12 events, and those are driving. Those aren't places where I have to show up to and show off the car. That's driving. So in a sense, this car has to run. I need a budget for this car. Your car, just enjoy it. And this goes for anybody watching this. If you have a hobby that you love, take some time for your girl or your spouse or whatever you do to do something outside of that hobby. I live, breathe, and do everything automotive. So, like, whenever I have a chance to do something outside of automotive, I do it. Like, if we're at a bar, I don't want to talk about car setups.
Yep.
I don't want to talk about fucking drifting.
Yep.
I want to talk about fucking real world shit. Like, you like baseball?
Yeah.
I don't watch sports. I only do cars. What do you love? Do you like fighting games? Like, there's a common ground for everybody. Like I decompress myself from my car when I'm not around it because I know I have to go back into the next day. And what I mean by that, take your spouse, do something spontaneous. Go to a Little Flip concert.
You said Lil Flip.
Do something out the normal, and do something away from, like, if y'all both love cars, I guarantee you 95% you love cars, 5% wishes they were doing something else.
Yeah.
Like, if you weren't, like, you went to Antigua for a car thing, right? When's the last time you were able to go on a vacation that wasn't car related with the family?
We went to Hawaii earlier this year,
and it was nice, right?
Hell yeah!
It's nice to step away. You saw cars and you appreciate it, but you're like, I'm not here for that. I'm here with the family.
That's why I started this podcast, because all I would do is talk about cars. So that's why it's downtime with Downstar. Like, what would I do in my downtime if I wasn't doing car shit?
Bro, if I don't do car shit, I'm at Frankenstein's.
Fucking cars, dude.
Yeah, bro. Like I hate niggas. Correction. I dislike when people's cars are their personality.
Yeah.
And what I mean, their personality is the car. Like, bro, what do you do? Oh man, I'm gonna just put NOS on the car, and I'm gonna go to AutoZone. I gotta get a couple fasteners. Like, oh, what else you gotta do? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna shower, and I'm gonna get back to the car. Like, bro, don't you take a break from it?
Yeah.
No, it won't get done. What do you like? This is my biggest thing. What do you rush to get it done for?
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, I'm trying to hit these events. These events ain't going nowhere.
They'll be here next year, probably on the same weekend.
Same weekend.
It's probably locked in.
Bro, when niggas is like, yeah, I'm trying to put my car together to drive Apple Valley, I look at them and I'm like, bro, Apple Valley ain't. It's not like Irwindale where one day it's gonna close like it did.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Apple Valley ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, that shit gonna be there forever.
Why are you doing it?
And that's the biggest thing. Like, they want to do it because they want to go out and drive, and it's like, it's and I understand it's a sense of fulfillment, but like, bro, like if you ain't enjoying life while you building this car, and you don't need to have to build this car, just enjoy life a little bit. That car been sitting off 5 years on the jack stand. You had the money for it. Ain't nobody tell you to go buy fucking wood cabinets.
Yeah.
I mean, you fixed up. You got a beautiful house and a car that don't run. So what was really worth it?
Yeah.
This 13 that's sitting in the driveway with this Jay-Z that's apart, or your house that you spent time and you can enjoy. Like, I used to be such in a rush to get out the house. Now I'm in a rush to get in the house.
I love being home, bro. I love being home.
I sit there with my big ass TV and all this useless nonsense I got, and I'll be like, I got it. Like I sit here and I'm like, all this shit in here is tight. Like, some people like 30 years from now, people are like, who's Newfound Glory? Who's the used? What's paid in full? What's a Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nah, I feel you, dog. Yeah, it's I don't know. I think what I do a lot is ask myself why. You know, and when I start asking myself these questions and having these tough conversations with myself, then it makes me face myself and face like the reasons why I do things. Like, do I really love cars where I'm going to do it 24/7, or did cars give me some sort of like purpose of feeling like I was part of a group? You know, like, do I want to build this car so I get attention, so people look at it and they think, oh wow, like, I can't believe they have these parts or whatever. Like, I mean, I have the most fun driving my BMW, and you know, because it starts when I start, it sounds good, it's fucking comfortable, and you know what else? I put the music on and it's loud as hell. Like, what more could I want?
That's what I be thinking, bro. I was like, man, as stupid as it sounds, like sometimes I just want a C6 Grand Sport with an angle kit. Call it a day. Angle kit and some wheels. Easy. It's already got the power. It's a Corvette. It's low as fuck. I can get my little music in, and it look good.
Yeah,
bro. That's simple. Or a little. If I can't get that little BRZ, something. Like I don't like kids. Like this is my problem. Like I'll be like, damn, I spent so much money building this car. Well, I can't get a car financed because of my current financial situation. But I can afford to build a car, which sounds fucking stupid when you really think about it. But like the people like, where's the joy? Like you didn't build anything. I'm like, but I'm driving. Like I could turn laps in a vet all day. I just watched the homie turn laps in a stock vet with some headers and a cam.
Yeah.
All fucking day. Cooking.
And most of these dudes they're having shops do this stuff anyways.
Like my boys do my work for me and I'm there to help. But at a point it just gets to like, if you have people who have a little bit more know-how, why wouldn't I say yes?
Yeah.
People, I have pride, but I have a comprehension of like, bro, my thing is I'd rather make $100 with 5 people than $10 by myself.
I feel you, dude. I wanted to touch on a subject about hoonigans. Before we get into it, is this something that we can talk about or not talk about?
You ask the question and I'll let you know.
Okay.
It's just simple as that.
Well, I'll just tell you from where because usually at the beginning of the podcast, I always ask if there's anything that you want to talk about or don't talk about, and I didn't do it this time because
we just started talking
about Shawn Michaels and shit, and my fascination with him when I was a child, which is still something I got to sit down with.
We got to sit down with Shawn Michaels.
I would love to, bro. Rest in peace, Owen Hart too.
Yes,
that was sad, man. Poor guy. You know.
You watched Dark Side of the Ring?
No, I didn't.
Do so. That series they did a 2-part on Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, and the way they tie in Eddie Guerrero's death to Chris Benoit's suicide is like,
it's pretty tied in.
It's
like conspiracy shit or what?
It's one of those Chris Benoit. Eddie Guerrero was like getting his life together, very religious man. Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero. The way they made it seem was Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit were best friends.
Okay.
Eddie Guerrero died. Chris Benoit didn't have nobody to look to, so the man was just tweak. And they made it seem like we know what he did. Yeah. The man was tweaking, and the tweak just got too strong.
What did they say that either of them had CTE?
That's what they said.
Okay.
Eddie Guerrero died, I believe, of an overdose or a heart attack.
Okay.
Chris Benoit had the CTE, which caused him to do that. But then it's like there's conspiracy theories that Chris Benoit didn't do it. There's a bunch of stuff. But it's just one of those like at the end of the day, that man killed his family.
Yeah.
And in the fashion he killed his family, it wasn't like a shot to the head when they're asleep. It was like you brutally did it. Like the way they say he strangled his wife is to the point of decapitation. You know how strong you got to be to choke a female out or choke anybody out to the point like their neck detaches from their body?
Shut the fuck up.
You gotta watch it. Like the son, like this,
that's sad,
bro. It's like, but that's
too much.
But were you finna ask me? You gonna ask me about the? Was you gonna ask me about the giant financial situation?
I'm online. All right. It says Hoonigan going bankrupt. What? Hold on. Before you
I can't
say
answer none of that. You know that.
Okay, I know you can't. Before you say anything, right? This is 1.5, 1.2, whatever. It doesn't matter. 1+ billion. That shit blew my fucking mind. You ain't gotta get into none of that. Anything like that.
I won't get into it, but this is the thing that bugged me about it.
So before I say anything, my thoughts are: is Hoonigan still in business?
Yes.
Because to me, when it comes to bankrupt, 1 point whatever billion.
So there's different levels of bankruptcy.
Okay.
This is Chapter 11. So Chapter 11, I can talk about Chapter 11.
Whatever you could talk about.
Chapter 11 understands whoever you owe, you can still operate, but they want their money.
Okay.
That's how Chapter 11 works. If it was like Chapter 7, then it's like everybody out.
Okay.
That's the big difference.
Okay,
so it's understanding like Chapter 11 is like, hey, Frank, I owe you $1,000. Where my money?
Yeah.
I need some time to get it. Can I still go to work? Yeah, it's like, yeah, you can still get to work, but like, don't forget, like, if this don't work out, you know what's gonna happen.
Got you. Okay.
So that's just common sense if you read. For me, I can't talk about what's going on.
For sure.
So, but this is the thing that bugged me was people were quick to put gas on a fire.
Facts.
And what I mean by that, they're like, and I can attest things aren't the same. The old crew left, and I see people moving a certain way and people saying things, and I'm not mad about that. That's just when you were there, the times were good and things were changing. I felt like I was there during like when it was popping.
Yeah.
When niggas, this is like, you know, when you watch the Rockefeller and you hear like Memphis Bleak, I be feeling like, yeah, nigga, I was really there. I seen the niggas like. When niggas had gold chains, it was luxurious and spending money. I was there.
What is it called? That tour where they made the DVD about it, and he's getting his dick sucked in the restroom.
Was that the when DMX and everybody?
Yeah.
It was DMX. It was Method Man.
Yes.
It was all. This was and this
Redman.
and this was before like 50 Cent was on the scene. So shit was good.
Shit, what was it?
I can't think.
Okay.
The Blackout. Was
No,
it the Black?
no,
No, that's
no,
the album.
no.
But you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Because Method Man talks about it and Jay-Z talking about, man, when DMX came, he was like, doom, doom.
Streets is Watching tour? Maybe. Might be that.
Something. But it was like that. Like I was there, but I was on the other end. So this is when I just came back. So I left 2018, came back 2019 to host the Burnyard at Irwindale. So this is when they had like 5 channels. They had Autofocus, Bonus, Main Channel, Hoonigan Build Breakdown Channel, and like a Build Channel. So they had like legit 5, and they were spreading out content. So people were like, why they had so many channels? Because they were obligated to so many sponsors that certain shit had to drop on a certain day. They didn't want to stop production. You spread that shit out and you make that shit, and it worked. If you look at the views, it worked. Brian Scotto is not a dumbass. His team, his group is not a dumbass. They know what. Like if I was ever stuck and I called Scotto, he not gonna answer. Yo, what's up, G? Like you good? Like and he like he DMs me, and he like, hey, I see you doing your anytime thing. Like I hear him like, Cameron, I see you doing your anytime thing, dog. Like you out here doing it, B. You really out in these streets. Make sure you get a good team of niggas around. He don't say that, but like that's what I hear when I hear him, because he was like, he described Hoonigan as Wu-Tang, and he was like, you know me, I want my 2 cents. Like, who am I? If this is the Wu-Tang, who am I? He's like, you like ODB, and I was like, I'll take it.
At least I ain't Jizza.
Like I'm not. He was like, your lyrical ability is okay, but your antics is better. Yeah. Like we know you're gonna do some stupid shit, and we can count on you for that. Whenever I need you to do some stupid, it was a time somebody was talking shit about Larry Chan, and he was like, "Go off." I was like, "You sure?" Niggas was like, "Yeah, you ain't a real photographer," and I was like, he was like, and this was like when they let me go, they let me go, and I was like, why the fuck y'all hating on Larry Chan? You can't even take good pictures of your family on a Kodak Fun Saver, let alone be on this man's level. You worried about his pictures not being in sync and all that. What kind of camera you got?
Yeah.
What kind of editing skills you got? You ain't nothing but a 3rd-rate photographer with 10th-rate equipment. Hit him with the Seto Kaiba, and he's like, that's enough. That's enough.
Fall back.
And I was like,
back.
Lucky this nigga. And I didn't even have to use the N. That was the one thing he was like, Gary, you don't have to use the N-word around here. This is a different setting. Like all that skate park. When I say skate park language, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Hard F words.
Yeah.
Hard G words.
Yeah.
We don't use that here because he's like the climate's changing and people don't like that. I know that's where you come from. That's cool around where you're from, but that's not how it flows here. And it's like that's when you learn like how corporations pay you. And I'm in a place where I can say companies, help me out here and there because I know how to talk the lingo. And when I get back to 2018, 2019, right before the pandemic, that was like when shit was like, I see him like, niggas is getting bougie. Like, cause we get food. Niggas is getting name brand apple juice. I didn't know we had it like that. Before you just order some food, whatever you get was what you get. Like, oh, I wanted to request this, I wanted to request. But I'm not dissing that. What I'm saying is all those dudes worked to a hard enough level so they could get that level of comfort to do what they needed to do. Yeah. And you work so hard that it's appreciated. But now it feels as if like we weren't there. Like I understand like y'all built this. but we was right there. Like we was in the shadows, but we was there. Mike and I were there. So when I hear like talks of like, oh man, like this was what it was, and it was like it's like some discrediting happening.
Are you saying from old employees?
I'm not saying. I just a general statement.
Okay,
It's one of those like if you feel guilty about what I say, that's how you feel.
got you.
And in my head, it was like we were here because and it could be to the audience, it could be to old employees,
Okay.
it could be to the janitor.
Got you.
It's just one of those things like when Micah did Manline, nobody was tripping. When I came with the 33 and was acting all goofy and shit, nobody was tripping. But as soon as the flow ain't the same, the audience changes. It's like, who are these two cats? Like, and then people like they were there with the OGs. I came around 2016, 2017. Same with Micah. We were friends over friends that you would catch. It'd be like if you watch Family Matters, and then like you see the Urkelbot one time, like, hey Urkelbot, like what's up Urkelbot?
You've been here.
Like you been here?
Yeah.
Urkel cousin, you been here?
Stefan
Urkel.
come every once in a while.
Yeah, like these are pivotal characters that help. But then when you say shit that discredits them, that makes the show seem like it didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's crazy, bro, is like there's never been a question of like how big Hoonigan was. It got ultra big, and I don't know why the car community just always turns on their own all the time. Instead of looking at it and being like, damn, this sucks. They've gone through something tragic from, the passing of the...
It goes back
like,
to what the Green Goblin tells Spider-Man. Everybody loves to see our hero fall from grace.
Yeah.
And if you think about every downfall of, like, think about when right now P. Diddy, we all celebrated Diddy, we all listened to the music, and so you see like, but people warned us about him.
Yeah,
it wasn't like oh, this guy P. Diddy's outstanding. We watched Making the Band. We knew that nigga ain't shit to make them motherfuckers get cheesecake.
Yeah.
Even
we laughed at it.
Think about it. When Dave Chappelle turned out that $50 million deal, niggas clowned the fuck out of him. How could he turn down $50 million? This nigga fucking sucks. He ain't never gonna make something. It took a minute. But look, 10 years, 15 years later, he came back. And the greatest thing you can say about the Chappelle show, that it wasn't overdone. Those 2 seasons plus the third that they added, there's people that still quote Clayton Bigsby. There's till this day, every skit that you bring up to somebody from that show is great because it wasn't overdone.
When you think of Making the Band, you think of Dave Chappelle instead of the real Making the Band show.
I don't think I couldn't name one person out of Making the Band. Ness and Dylon. Yeah. I only know Ness because he's a battle rapper and I watch battle rapping, right. And Dylon because top 5 rappers are all Dylon, and Dylon.
Because I spit hot.
Like, bro, the fact that I don't even know anybody from Making the Band, I can't even repeat anything besides the cheesecake scenario, and you can repeat Dave Chappelle.
I'm rich, bitch. Yeah. No, you're right. It makes me feel like the Drake situation too, because like Drake is definitely my number one. It still is, but seeing the tide change.
The thing with Drake is, and this is my 2 cents. The tough guy, the tough quiet kid picked on the quiet kid. So it's like you're in the back of the class and you're like, these 2 kids, you got the poetic lover boy, hey, ooh baby, yeah. And then you got the kid who's just like, hey, leave me alone, bro. I'm just here to do my schoolwork and go home.
Yeah. Like,
but he gets A's on his test. Like he do the school projects and it'd be like once in a while, like why he ain't gotta talk? Because if we make him talk, how go up there, Kendrick, go talk to the class, like, damn, this nigga deep, and then he go back.
Yeah.
That dude decided to pick on this dude, and it was a sense of, it was like when you think about it, it was just a lyrical thing. Kendrick Lamar made Control, and he was like just saying on a lyrical level, y'all niggas ain't fucking with me, and I'll make sure your audience don't fuck with me. Some people took that personally because every man has pride.
Yeah.
Can we? And then the part that didn't happen was that it wasn't fair when Drake picked on Meek Mill. Damn, Meek Mill got destroyed. But Meek Mill doesn't have a supporting group like Drake does. And I compare it to
the about that situation, I think Meek he's the one that started that, because he went off on Twitter before anything even happened.
But that, in a sense, it was like, don't start a fire unless you can put it out.
Yeah.
And that happened. Then he came out, Pusha T. That whole situation, like Pusha T, yeah, he didn't financially win, but the reason we know Drake has a son is because Pusha T
won.
Oh no, I know that.
There's
no denying that.
Yeah,
definitely. But like when you think about Drake's son, Pusha T.
Yeah, because yeah.
But
that was I even just listened to that recently and just like, damn, bro. Years later, this aged so well. He just bodied him, bro.
And now you got Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, I mean, all this comes down to me is that Drake shouldn't be doing any battles.
at the point, like you could have beeline J. Cole, and J. Cole would have went lyrical with you, but when you mess from a man from Los Angeles who grew up in the environment that he grew up in,
yeah,
it didn't look in my head like there's like people were in my inbox telling me like your boy Kendrick's getting cooked, and I'm like, what are you talking? Like I was like, this isn't like, don't talk to me in a couple months after this. Inbox was empty.
Yeah,
because of the simple fact that when Drake started like rapping out his ass, talking about you rapping like you trying to free the slaves, you're black. And I've watched every video analysis of this. You're black, but you're not black in America.
He's not American black.
And that's when you go back to Antigua, everybody being friendly. Think about it. You were surrounded by a bunch of people of color in Antigua and everybody happy. Think about that here. If there's a dude that looks like 2005 50 Cent walking down the street, who's this man with this egregious body and this bulletproof vest? I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Then you're like, hey, we're doing a wellness check. What are you doing around here? Like, bro, I live up the street. You have proof you live up the street? People in Antigua not worried about that to a degree. Drake don't have to worry about that. I watched Degrassi.
Yeah.
I watched from when Paige Michael Chuck was damn near in 9th grade. Manny Santos was in middle school. Emma was in middle school. Toby, all them kids. When Drake had the microphone head. When Spinner stole his iPod. I watched Degrassi.
I never saw that show.
I watched Degrassi.
But you can't never grow out of that. Like where you start at is you're never gonna be able to live that down, like a Jake Paul. Like when people look at Jake Paul as a YouTuber, I don't think that's fair.
Is he not a YouTuber?
He is, but to diminish everything that he's accomplished from boxing to, well, he's just a YouTuber.
So if surface level of this, if you ask any boxer, Jake Paul hasn't boxed any real boxers. But here's the argument. If you're training at a professional like a boxer and you decide to go on a boxing match, is that not boxing? Mm-hmm. It's just not fitting your level of boxing. Yeah, he's not fighting freaking Roy Jones Jr., Oscar De La Hoya, but he's fighting professional fighters who have fought professionally to train, that have more training than him at boxing.
Yeah, I just feel like it comes back to the hater thing.
It's one of those like, what are you trying to project? That you've had a poor life, a rough life? In hip hop, it's about culture. Boxing is about fighting. I can't be mad at Jake Paul. I love any from what I've heard from people who hung out with him, and I've known people who've hung out with him, done business with, super nice guy. Outstanding gentleman. Fucking a gentleman and a scholar. They'd be like, he will admit, I do this because I know how. No. When's the last time you saw a boring person make money?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw a boring entertainer make money?
Nobody. But Bobby Aldoff.
Who is that?
That one girl podcaster, the one that podcasted with Drake.
And she's with Drake.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right.
But that's what I'm saying. In entertainment, you need it's in the entertainment, the watching, doing something that people get joy from.
No, you're right.
If you ever watched a movie, and you saw a boring nigga in a movie, they're paying you to be boring. They're paying you to play this role.
Yeah.
Denzel Washington done played typecast, but the point I'm going to is
weave it back in.
Drake, I can't be mad at Drake. I like Drake's music personally. Nothing. This beef doesn't deter anything. Yeah, I'm from LA. I like Kendrick.
Yeah.
Because I understand what you're saying. It's like if I went and picked on some some OG Vagos guys that ride bikes. What the fuck are you doing here, Gary? Yeah, you ride a bike. Like, yeah, you're in a motorsports, but this ain't got nothing to do with you. You're some fucking drift kid. Nah, I can do the same thing you do.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't. Now you should just. That's probably a bad analogy, but what I'm saying is like if me as a drifter now, go on to James Dean and be like, you ain't shit. I could drive with you. He'll be like, okay, bet. Then he'll ragdoll my ass around that course, and he'll pat me on the shoulder and be like, good job. Come back later. That's essentially what I'm saying. You're not on a lyrical ability as Mr. Lamar. You're not on a. There's a reason why I come out every once in a while, because I'm not, like you said, I'm not doing this for I do it because it's an art. It's a form of expression, and I'm really good at my art. Like when I talk shit, I know I can talk shit. I know there's words and things I can put together out the back of my asshole that'll make, like, if you watch the World Series, the Yankees were cooked once they brought Ice Cube. Go back and watch Ice Cube perform and see how many people in the Yankees dugout are singing his song. That's how you knew they was going to win.
I didn't see that performance, dude.
I watched it at the gym the other day, and I was like, damn, that's how I knew this World Series the Dodgers were going to win.
Yeah.
There wasn't no shadow. Bro, Shohei Ohtani, how much money has the MLB spent on him? How much money is the MLB making because of him? Think about this. The Yankees didn't bring a global audience. They brought New York.
Yeah.
No disrespect to New York. But how many people are in Japan rooting for Shohei Ohtani? A good majority of Japan is rooting for this dude. So why would they fuck up the bag?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's predetermined, but what I'm saying is the aura going into that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows. I couldn't name one person on the Yankees.
Yeah.
I don't know about baseball.
Yeah.
But all this year I've been holding Ohtani and number 17. I've been seeing girls on Instagram who ain't never watched baseball in their life going to a Dodger game.
Yeah.
I love Shohei Ohtani. I love the Dodgers. Bitch, where was you when we had Mike Piazza?
Were you ever in Mannywood?
Where were you? Where were you in the 90s when the LAPD was handing out free Dodger cards?
Oh shit! Mike Piazza, that was a good time,
bro. It was, but we wasn't winning.
Yeah,
and that's what I mean for kid. Like my son and my homie's son. Like, bro, this is the first time in our lives, in our careers as adults, and that they get, besides the pandemic, that they get to see an actual World Series. We've never seen a World Series. Think about it. This is our as adults. You and I was born in '89. What year were you born?
85.
You didn't get to see a football championship. We got the Rams.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see baseball.
They won, and if I'm not mistaken, 88, and then they won a couple years ago.
But were they the Rams or were they Los Angeles?
Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Yeah, I wasn't alive in '88, bro. '85. You were 3.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there. You was fucking. You was it fucking streamless living?
I don't give a fuck about sports much. I just like the finals.
I just like, yeah, that's what I care about. Like,
I'll watch the finals because it's just the energy.
That's it. Like that's why I make fun of Cowboys fans.
Yeah,
I talk shit about every sports team. If your team ain't won in the last 10 years or been to some level of the finals in the last 10, you don't talk to me.
I just don't like sports. It just never did anything to me. But the sports for the finals for the car industry is coming up.
I'm going to SEMA. Yes.
Tell me about it, dude. Say we're talking the week after SEMA happened. What's your SEMA look like?
So it's like I'm supposed to go to Nitro Rally.
Paint a picture of how SEMA
my
went.
SEMA or SEMA in general.
How it went for you?
My SEMA is business meetings, conducting. Like I said, I'm going into next year potentially being able to being paid, hopefully, for a lot of the stuff I do. I understand free parts are great. I love free parts, but the labor that goes into free parts, the shop space that goes into these free parts. That Magnuson supercharger is a $10,000 unit. Had Magnuson not put it on themselves, I would never put that in there. I wouldn't have never had the ability to get it done in a timely manner. I would have been just another SEMA build sitting right there. Oh man, what happened to the supercharger? Couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So there's no burn yard this year, unfortunately. And it's sad, happy. And it's sad because it's like something I'm used to doing and I love seeing the people's faces. But maybe it's like we'll do it next year.
And you get to probably walk around now. You get to enjoy the show.
Bro, do you know what it's like having a business meeting, sweaty, black face because rubber's on me and I smell like ass? Hey, how's it going? Who's this guy? Why do you smell like burnt rubber? Were you outside at the burn yard? Oh, this is Gary. He hosts the SEMA Burn Yard presented by Hoonigan, or the Hoonigan Burn Yard presented by SEMA. Oh, that was you out there yelling? Oh man, you look great. Thank you. And I'm in my head like, you didn't even watch it. You just talking. You sitting here drinking water. It's cozy. But we're doing Nitro Circus or Nitro Circus, Travis Pastrana's thing.
Okay, yeah.
It's gonna be there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
when is that?
I think it's like 3 shows a day.
Oh, snap. Okay.
So that's I to my knowledge, it's enjoyable. I like Travis Pastrana.
Yeah.
Cool guy. Man's man. Doing that. Have business meetings with potential engine sponsor.
Oh, okay. Because you're looking to get a Scat Pack motor?
I've got a Scat Pack engine already.
You got it. Right.
I've got it. So it's thank you to my boy MaxJDM.us. Came through with that in the Supra.
Nice.
Being able to part with the import business. That's a great thing. Like I got my Mark II because of him, and yes, I called him Mark II. I'm trying to get the license plate finalized with Arizona. Yeah. So I capitalized and nobody else. I was like Mark II.
Oh shit. Okay.
Stuff like that. It's just making sure my 25 is nice because I took driving seriously this year because a gentleman by the name of Nick at Taxi Garage last year would drive this event every year for Hoonigan for one of our private sellers. He was like, "You're the dude that does burnouts, right?" I'm like, "No, I drift." He's like, "No, you're the dude that just does burnouts," and that motivated me so much. And I tell him every day, like, I don't just do burnouts. He's like, "Well, prove me otherwise," and I was like, nigga pulled a whole card. Like, well, show me you drift.
Damn. Shout out to Taxi Garage.
Yeah. Yeah. And I told him this year, he's like, bro, I'm so proud of you. He's like, I didn't even mean anything by it. And I was like, there's 3 people that live rent free in my head. You were one of them and my grandmother.
Oh, shit.
All the time.
They had that. The track right there by you guys last year.
So we were in Vegas this week, and that's when my car pulled the black kid move. So essentially it worked in practice, and when it was time to go, it was like, but when the people who needed to see it ran, it's like my car just like, I believe every car has a personality. Wash your car and see how well it runs after. I don't know why that is, or is that mental? Like I wash my car and it just runs better, it drives smoother. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, sunshine. But like the people who needed to see it saw it run.
Yeah.
For that 2 laps it ran, magnificent.
What event was this for?
Private event.
Okay.
Private track day we're invited to every year.
So I want to ask you, I'm going to be at SEMA too. Who are some dudes that I should talk to, have a conversation with, chop it up with, meet them? Because now everybody's going to be in the building. Guys that you think are, guys that you want to speak their name, dude. And
it's like, what are you going for though? Like, what's the
vibe, bro?
Vibing,
dude.
If you
vibing, bro.
Texas Speed, Magnuson Superchargers, definitely Holly if they're there. Anybody at any like motor companies.
What about like personal, like influencers, builders, YouTubers, anything?
Georgia Aaron, a good friend of mine, she's building her lowrider truck.
Okay.
So it'd be cool to see that. She spent a lot of time doing that. I believe TJ's going to be there. A couple of the hot pit drivers, Dustin Farrell, Jeff Jones, Corey Hasselford should be there. There's a lot.
Damn, all these drift names, bro. I'm not familiar.
I usually know like if Chip Foose will be there.
Your boy, are you gonna kick it with him?
Yeah, if you want, bro. I that's one of those dudes like you. If you saw him in real life, you're like, bro, you wear these old ass Vans. Like Nick, like YNs would grill him, but you don't know. Like he'd be like, yeah, like he's one of those dudes. He make a call, make a whole block disappear. Make a whole block disappear. Put a garage there, open up a show, and then bury you underneath it.
I feel like there's a few like that in the industry, like Chip Foose, Jay Leno, for sure. Like ones that'll just chuckle and then be like you're done. You're out.
The crazy thing is like how I talk to you is how I talk to Chip, and he just laughs, and I'm like, I'm sorry if my language bothers you. He's like, bro, that's how you talk. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to change who you are.
Yeah.
Like, however you talk is how you. And then it's like, do I need like? But it's just like I'm like right now I'm just talking to homie.
Yeah.
So there's homie Gary. There's like I gotta work Gary. There's corporate Gary. Like I hate it when we had a meeting and I started talking like this, but they were like, no, like you're passionate about this, so don't excuse yourself. And I'm sitting here like we're having a content meeting. This is real. Like I'm like I sit here every fucking day and I want to do something. Y'all niggas is just sitting here and you don't understand. And I said, my bad, I didn't mean to use the N-word. They said, no, like let us hear it. And I'm like, bro, y'all don't hear what I hear. And what I mean by that, if something wrong happens at the Giant H, they don't look to the person behind the camera. They look to the person in front of it. Like, so when it comes like the bankruptcy shit, how'd you spend 1.2, Gary? I'm like, bro, you think I got 1.2? Like, I'd have a fat house. I'd be driving an F40, and I'd look like
write it off.
Write it off. You would know, but that's out of my realm, so I can't answer that.
Yeah.
But going back to the SEMA thing, there's a lot of people there. This is not your first one.
No, definitely not. But every year I go, I want to like. There's people that I want to meet and just connect with, put a face to a name. I mean, pretty much
the dudes at Throttle because they're building that sick ass. Too Fast, Too Furious, 2,000 horsepower Skyline.
That, man. Yeah,
I low-key might drive to San Diego, just have a Gary day.
Hell yeah.
Just go down there, go get me a little seafood platter, some fried shrimp.
Yeah.
Some bacon wrap. Have you ever had bacon wrap shrimp?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have. I love the guys at Throttle.
Yes.
I've never met Adam LZ before.
Cool dude.
Is he?
Cool dude, quiet.
'Cause he used to bike too.
Yeah, he used to BMX too. Cool dude, quiet. But you understand, I understand why he's quiet.
Yeah. Because
he's not at peace all day. Like imagine like you, but it's yet again, you put yourself in this atmosphere, that's what's going to happen. If you get popular, don't expect people, but he's never ungrateful. He's not ungrateful. When I meet him, I'm like, hey Adam, what's up? He goes, Gary, how's it going? I'm like, whoa, in my head, you're one of my peers. And since like he's a cool, like I talked about trying to drive the LZ World Tour. That's another reason I took driving seriously too. Like when I had a chance to actually find out like I could drive LZ World Tour, even a hot pit. I talked to Jeff Jones. I was like, I want to drive hot pit. What do I need to do? He told me exactly what I need to do. So just if you can get one lap in, one good lap, you don't even have to qualify. You're in. And I was like, bet.
Nice, bro.
So it's like, LZ's cool. He deals with people all day. So when it's not LZ time, when he don't got to be LZ, he got to be Adam. It's nice to see somebody like just tuck themselves away, be on the phone, watching this dude watch a goofy video, eating a little sandwich, chuckling to himself.
One person I do want to meet, another Adam 22.
That dude, I have mixed opinions about.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a polarizing character.
I met Adam in BMX.
Yeah.
So my Uncle Gabe, not my real uncle, but my uncle by like nigga shit.
Hood uncle.
Yeah. They were good friends. So like when he had his funeral and then I don't know how people feel about funerals. This is my only gripe. For everybody who was like putting out all rest in peace videos, we all had the same access to the same funeral. And the people who were in the funeral were the people like, like they see you really see who your friends are when you pass away. I can make I fucking rest in peace Gary video all day. But the people who show up to my funeral are the people that mattered. Mm-hmm. And I can understand if you didn't get an invitation, but it was very well known that man got an invitation. And I'm not looking for any answers from him. And I'll put that's something behind me. I'm glad to see the level of success he's gotten, whether it be negative or bad, he got there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but he's an interesting cat to meet.
One thing, because doesn't seem like the most moral person ever, but one thing that I do like is the content that he created, and not even the value of the content, but just being able to keep coming out and keep. And that's something that I would love to have, is just to be able to turn this into something that's like a weekly show and it doesn't miss. Having other shows on the channel, which is not just Downtime. It would be another type of show where you just talk about current events or things like that. So you being in the YouTube space and around it so much, especially with like Hoonigans, what is some things that you see that really help the channels grow?
Relatability. And that like goes to Adam. Like everybody has a friend that has a mixtape.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you have the friend that has the mixtape that makes it, you want to know their story, where they came from. And that's necessarily like when you watch Adam's videos, those dudes aren't talking about their music. They're talking about their lives before the music. And that helps a lot. That goes back to Jadakiss. I don't want to know a lot of these niggas' stories. I want to know if the music good or not, because then you rely on the gimmick. And that's what like when Jadakiss went against 50 Cent, his biggest thing was like, you sold your first record because you got shot 9 times. What's the second album about? Because you didn't get shot 9 times again.
Yeah.
And then it boils down to that. So for YouTube, it's just finding an audience like my boy Mike. I watch his videos and it's understanding you live the family life in your area, and people eat that up because you have the drama, you have everything there. It's a balance. So like I hate it with I dislike Whistling Diesel's video of the Skyline. But then he got me with all the other antics he got. Like it worked. He gained an audience and I bought merchandise from him because like you fucked up other shit. So it was like you baited me and you got me off of that. So it's essentially going to be what do you want to do with YouTube? Do you want to do a podcast? Okay. What do you want your podcast to be about? What's the subject of the podcast? Do you understand there's certain things you can't talk about because you'll get shadow banned. So for people that don't know, when you get shadow banned from YouTube, for example, on my end, like the Rant Wednesdays, I use not so great language. So why would YouTube promote that on like this is a place where a child can look up Baby Shark.
Yeah.
So if a child looks up Baby Shark and then they type in my name and they hear me like fuck this, fuck that, they're not going to promote that.
So is it true that if it's in the first 30 minutes, you shouldn't cuss, or else they won't share it?
I don't know that algorithm of podcasting. I know the attention. If you can't grasp your audience in the first 15 seconds, then you've lost them. So usually, like, hey, automotive videos, you'll watch an automotive video, and it'll be like, hey, on today's episode, like, or it'll be like, for example, Downstar bolts. Where did they come from? Did he really get knocked out at a Honda event? Find out on today's event. And you'd be like, the nigga got knocked out? And then they're like, bro, like that was 5 seconds. And you're like, what is Downstar bolts? I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
And then you go into like, Downstar started in a small garage in Oxnard, California by the name of Frank. And he did everything he could until one day he found his big break. And you're like, you're watching it. Like you see how like enticing that sounds. You make the subject interesting. And in any podcast, Joe Rogan's already got an audience. So he can come on and be like, Mike, next clip. So how do you feel about elk?
Yeah.
And he already's got his niche. But like for me, I watch Shannon Sharp. The thing that Shannon Sharp does. Welcome back to Club Shay Shay. My name is Shannon Sharp. I'm the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. And today we have a guest. 3-time Slammed Enough Award winner. 5-time Hella Flush winner, 6-time consecutive SEMA Best Car Builder Award winner, and 37 consecutive wins at Import Tune-Out Nations. Frank, how's it going?
Yeah.
And you see how he gave you all those accolades? I don't even know. I know who you are, but I didn't know you did all this. And that's how he grasps you. That's if you don't grasp your audience in that first 5 to 15 seconds. For example, if you do your reels, perfect example. Like reels are like, it's either they're good, and that's the shitty thing. You'll put so much effort into a reel. You'll pay somebody to edit it and it'll be like, get like 5 likes. Bro, I just hit 1 million. I just saw this. My boy's like, did you check your analytics? I know. I just hit 1 million views on getting that belt.
Yeah, I saw that. That one was going.
And that belt built off of me going to shit at a bar. That belt cost me $200 for something I've been looking for the last 3 years. And when I say looking, it's if I go to a collectible store, I'll ask for it. It's not like I need this belt, because I can go to WWE Shop Network and get a spinner belt for $450.
Gotcha.
As anybody can. But it's the way I found the belt. It felt like I was just like in fucking a collection of shit, and then I just sit. Like it's like if you sat here and you like, is that a, and you be like, yeah, that's a Supreme shovel. Where the hell did you get a Supreme shovel? I've been looking for one forever. Like you see, like it was in amongst a bunch of, like, it's so overwhelming. That's what makes the story better.
Yeah.
Because I could just go buy a lot of things. All my morphers that I bought, Power Ranger memorabilia. Yep, It's morphin' time. Randomness. Cruising on offer up. Then one day I was in the area. Hey, man, you got this morpher? Yeah, where are you? I'm like down the street. Bet. Can we meet up? Give me 10 minutes. Bet. Bought the Jason David Frank multi-morpher. Big nerd. But that's what I'm saying. Anybody making content out there, if you can't, short form, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. If you can't grasp in that first 3 seconds, you're lost. Long format. If you can't grasp in that first 5 to 15, you're cooked.
Okay.
Like me doing Rant Wednesdays, I stopped because I didn't feel it. Like if I make a Rant Wednesday, it's because I want to talk about it, not because I have to.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was making cool money off of YouTube. I was making car payment money off YouTube to do doing Rant Wednesdays. It'd do well like that. But then if I'm not feeling it, I don't want to. The audience knows when you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
When your hobby becomes like it's actually a 9 to 5, it's not fun anymore. Like working at Hoonigan doesn't feel like a 9 to 5. It feels like I enjoy being there. I've been there almost back again. I've been like off and on since 2018. And if it ever felt like, oh, I gotta go in, then I wouldn't feel like it.
Yeah. That's good, dude. Hell yeah, bro. It's
so like for the podcast, welcome back to Downtime with Downstar. Today, we got something cooking for you. That seems interesting, but to some people it doesn't. Like, oh, this guy sounds corny. But once you find that formula, that flow, like my thing was, I always start off a video. Good evening, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back. The reason I say that is every time somebody would call my grandma's phone, like, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, King's residence. How can I help you? That's just how you greet people.
I wonder if when I start off the podcast, I'll make an intro and then just take sound clips, like really.
You could do that.
Salacious things.
You got the Joe Rogan thing where he has the circle in his face for a cool minute, and then he sounds really winded, like this nigga just ran a marathon, and he's, welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. Like, damn, Joe Rogan, do you even want to do this?
Shout out to Joe. He's the man, dude.
Oh, he is. He is. One day I aspire to be on Joe Rogan. And I'm just gonna talk.
Likewise, dude.
Just Joe Rogan. I'm just calling him Joe. I'm say Joe Rogan.
Just one word, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Like
Joe
his
Rogan.
name isn't Joe, not
Joe
Mr.
Rogan.
Rogan. Mr. Joe Rogan.
Mr. Joe Rogan. I would love to. I would be so scared though.
Of what though?
I don't know. There's very few people that I look up to, and he's one of them.
I wouldn't be scared of Joe Rogan.
Yeah, no, it's just that the whole experience would be
it's the build up, because you don't know what he's going to ask you. He could ask you anything. So, we heard you like to put peanut butter on your dick and like dogs lick it off. Is that true?
Depends on the dog.
Yay! There we go.
Depends on the dog, dude. Not too small. Definitely not too
like you
big.
wouldn't let a Saint Bernard lick peanut butter off your ding-a-ling?
I can't think of a Saint Bernard.
That's Beethoven.
Oh no, hell no, that's way too big, dude. I don't even like big ass dogs like that. It'll have to be something that I could kick, but it's not too small where it feels,
easy.
Yeah,
like a wiener dog.
Nah, those are weird. Those dogs got something going on, dude. Like the creator, God, whoever you want to call that. Why did they make that dog like that? It must have did something in his past life to get that kind of body.
That's what I've been thinking about, like corgis. Like you look like you a big little dog.
What's a corgi?
A corgi. It looked like a baby. It looked like a little German Shepherd mixed with like a husky. Like a little goddamn. Michael, pull up. Oh, we don't have that guy here.
In the future, I don't know. Michael, pull up a corgi. Yeah,
like,
I'll probably do like a golden retriever or something.
That's
like that.
A big dog.
No, but just like a teen one. 18.
Them dogs so derpy looking. I'm not a big fan of them Frenchies.
Frenchie.
Them the dogs that look like a confused Congress member.
What about the French ones that have the
I'm not them,
Scottish dogs or whatever?
Cool. The French bulldogs.
I don't know.
Them, or British bulldog, whatever. I'm not a fan of bulldogs. They're friendly, but they just too solid and little.
They be making too much noise. They breathe too loud, dude.
I feel like I'm at the Golden Corral behind Big Bertha.
Breathing's the easiest thing that you could do in the world, and you're struggling at that, dude. Maybe you should. Maybe being a dog isn't the thing that you should be doing.
I don't have much of a choice.
I know, dude.
So if the God or the universe came to you like right now, like Frank, you can no longer be a human, but you can be any inanimate object or creature. What would you be?
What's a creature?
Like anything that breathes and lives, like that, not mythical,
but
like you
like
can't
an animal or
like
something?
Yeah. If you were like God, can I be a fucking Snorlax? It's not real. It has to be real.
I'll probably be like a wolf, dude. I think a wolf would be cool. Cause I would say like a great white, but I don't even be liking the ocean that much, and it seems kind of boring. At least like if I was a wolf, I can just be out in the woods,
Just
be
chill.
wherever I want, eat whatever I want. No one's gonna fuck with me. I'll have a pack. We'll be singing. Go to camping sites, scare people
Boo.
sometimes.
But it's like you're still frank, but you have like you're still able to think like how you were when you were a human.
Exactly.
So you can't do no like I'm gonna talk and make some money type shit.
Nah, dude, but I don't need money. I'm chilling. I'll eat whatever I want to eat. I look beautiful because a wolf is a beautiful
I ain't
thing.
never seen an
sound
ugly
beautiful.
wolf.
Yeah, I never seen an ugly wolf. Twilight, they made a whole movie about that. I'll probably be a wolf. I think that would be pretty cool.
Smooth wolf.
I do like chimpanzees
Mm.
because they're very close to humans. They're ripped if you shave them. Chimpanzees are very wolf. They'll rip your face off.
I've heard about that.
They run in packs. They're ruthless. Might be a little too ruthless for me. Maybe like a laughing hyena. I don't know. Lion King really imprinted on me. Those 3 hyenas, that kind of fucked with me. I was like, I fuck with them, and they're just kind of like, they're like little thieves. That's how I feel.
Low key.
Like they're about it. If you go to a group of laughing hyenas and be like, hey, we gotta go do some shit. That's why Scar was able to go in there, because he was like, hey, I need a squad. Let's roll.
Bet. I got you. What you got? What you need us to do, boss? You got some food for you. We ain't got to hunt, and you got us.
Got us, dude. That's it. But yeah, probably a wolf. Because sometimes I like to be by myself. Lone wolf. I like to do my own thing.
What inanimate object would you want to be, though?
I don't know. Damn, that's a hard one. Probably like the Annabelle doll. That would be pretty cool. They just have like a history to you, and you get to post up every once in a while. And then that time that somebody wants to fuck with you, because I'm sure Annabelle's been around for centuries and centuries. When they want to fuck with you, then you get like a couple 5-10 years of destruction, get to ruin some people's lives,
and they don't know why.
Yeah, they don't even know what's going on. And as long as you play it right, so you fuck up their life and then go back to your spot, and as long as you're in the same position, because once you move a little bit, then it's like, wait, what's up with that doll? But if you're in the same spot, they're never gonna think of you. You gotta be smart about it. But that's kind of towards my darker side of things, wanting to do like mischief, want to do hood rat shit with my friends. That's that side of it. What about you? What would you want to be?
SR-71 Blackbird. I'd be a jet.
That's kind of pause though, because you need somebody inside of you.
Pause.
You can't fly by yourself.
I mean, but essentially, like even sitting, people admire that jet. Yeah. It's not like this jet is so old it can still do some. Like you ain't never heard somebody talk shit about that jet. Like, oh, this piece of shit jet, like supersonic jet.
Yeah, I don't think you could talk shit about any jet. Maybe like a propeller plane or something.
Yeah, like when you it's like if you saw that jet fly today, you'd be like, fuck, that thing fucks. Like that, an F-35. Because I built those and I hear them like, fuck that. I'd be those 2 things. Anything or...
What about a Louisville Slugger?
Nah.
No, just chilling. Signed by Babe Ruth? Just hanging on the wall?
Nah, because at that point, it's like, you're not here for the bat. You're here for the signature on the bat.
True. It's not what's on you. It's what's in you.
Like when you hear people say, when you think about a jet, you don't worry about who flies it. That jet, like, bro, you heard this jet blew up Kuwait?
Yeah.
Who flew it? I don't know. Like, bro, that shit... Boom!
It was a Black Hawk. You don't know who was in the Black Hawk. It was a Black Hawk.
What the fuck's that noise? They say if you hear me, you're gonna die. Yeah. That's it. Like damn, like that.
Damn.
That if I was an animal, probably like a panda.
A panda?
Panda. Something super. Okay. Something like I'm goofy. So like you see like when you see pandas, they just be like,
yeah.
That or a polar bear. Like have you ever seen a polar bear kill something?
I don't know. I've seen them. They're pretty vicious though.
That or an orca.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, I like orcas. Like they same thing with the wolf thing. Like orca, so majestic, so beautiful. It's not like a wolf. Like a wolf, you see a wolf, like you kind of like if the wolf is either gonna fuck with you or fuck you up. Like an orca, they just be swimming. But they be fucking with sharks. They be fucking with
the seals.
The seals, like I ain't never met a creature that was like, yeah, bet, like we gonna like yeah. Hey yo, hey, square up, little nigga. Like that's like Orca. Like, hey, get him, Gary. Do I got to? Like
They go to shore. They go on the sand.
to post up. Hey, look.
They carve the sand,
Hey,
bro, like that.
think about how hard. Hey, look at me, you magnificent little creatures. Like, yeah, you like this beauty? I'm majestic as fuck. Peace.
You know the ocean is the top of the sky for like the surface of the ocean is the top of the sky.
Bro, I'm scared of the ocean.
Hell yeah.
Like if they say we ain't never discovered places in the ocean and we got TikTok, we got so much technology you can't.
We focus on the wrong shit, bro.
Bro, like
think of a lobster, all right? Lobster can't go up. So lobster is just on the surface of the ocean.
Yeah.
What does the lobster think of the top of? Do they even know that there's a top?
Bro, think about like a lobster. Think about it. A lobster's never seen a person until it gets out the ocean.
Yeah. They're when they die.
That's it. Like if I see you, like what's this? A human? What would you put me down, bro?
What do you think about the lobsters that would be like at the Red Lobster in the tanks? What the fuck are they thinking?
Bro, what are these people like? What
is this? What is this?
Think about it. Like they get in the water, they're like, dang, this water feel kind of hot. Ah! Like they say lobsters don't feel pain, but how would you know if you never asked a lobster?
They just be saying that shit, bro.
Right?
You know I don't kill no animals, no bugs, no nothing.
No.
Nothing. Spiders, I don't even kill spiders.
I try to set them, like if it's in the house, I try to direct them outside. like a roach, I'm like, ooh, like.
Oh yeah, that's.
Like me, I'll try to put it on a piece of paper. Like that's the hard part because they're so fast. So you put like, oh my god.
I think roaches got such a bad rap that there's no turning around.
But what do they do?
They just represent like
filth.
Yes, that's what they represent. It's like a rat. Like what's the difference between a rat and a squirrel besides like a nice coat? Not much, right?
That's true. I never thought about that. Like when you see a squirrel, you be like, come here, squirrel. Ah, get out of here, rat.
Yeah, think about that shit, dude. A squirrel is beautiful, but a rat can do that too. You know, a rat could climb. This rat's just fending for himself. Poor thing, dude. That's so sad, bro. But yeah, I don't know. I what's in space? Who knows? I don't believe any of that bullshit that we went to the moon. Hell no, bro. Come on. Back in the day? Hell no.
Bro, I don't know. I ain't never been to the moon.
Hell no.
I know it exists.
If it does.
How do you know it don't? Do you think the Earth? You probably think the Earth's flat, huh?
Who knows? What's past the ice wall?
What ice wall?
You see, you don't even know about the ice wall.
Oh Lord, is that a topic for another day?
I don't know. It might be getting a little too long. You gotta look up the ice wall. And Antarctica, dude. What's Antarctica? How's there gonna be a whole continent that's just ice? Come on, bro.
Well, the way the sun travels around the world.
That's what they tell you. How do you know the sun? You don't know the mathematics of a goddamn sun, bro. It's there and it's not. It's there and it's not. That's all we know. It's just because smart people before us told us. Leonardo da Vinci, what the fuck did he know back in the day? He didn't even know how to wipe his ass. He'd die from polio or some bullshit, and I'm supposed to listen to you? Fuck out of here, bro. You get a cold and that's it? But I'm gonna listen to you about the universe? Okay. Come on, bro. I get a cold. I'll just take some NyQuil, DayQuil.
They didn't have
NyQuil.
Imagine if you went. I always think about this. Go back in time and give Leonardo da Vinci McDonald's Sprite.
He probably won't paint no more or whatever.
He might be dead.
Whatever he used to do. We're taking all their advice. They didn't even wipe their ass, bro. They didn't even wipe. You're listening to somebody who never wiped their ass, but you're just like, oh yeah, he knew about the universe.
This is sound logic. Like it makes sense, but I'm like, bro, there's advancements that people built on what he did.
That's society. Society's telling you that what Frank is saying is so stupid, you can't believe it. But they didn't even wipe their ass. First of all, that's the first thing you gotta think about. Some substance comes out of me every single day, and every time that I wear my little dress or whatever, the substance gets on that. What are you gonna think? Well, is there something that I can get this brown substance off of me.
They was just watching around with greasy, itchy cheeks.
Come on, bro. It's not that hard to wipe your ass. You can just find sand or something, keep putting sand on it till it clumps up, just like a cat litter, right? But they just chose not to. I don't do that. But we're going to listen to them about history, bro. They don't make no sense. You know, they had syphilis. They wear wigs. You know, they would wear wigs because their head started to lose their hair. Syphilis would cause them to do that.
I'm finna go home and do some research about the clap.
All these people that we look towards, and they were so smart. You know, Einstein. Einstein was so smart. You ever see a picture of Einstein? Why he look like that?
Because he was smart.
If he was smart, he would have combed his hair.
But that wasn't the thing back then.
But why are we listening? If you were to see somebody on the street that looked like Einstein, would you listen to him?
I'd give him the time of day.
Some meth people, they have some good stories, dude.
Didn't he invent the atomic bomb?
No, I don't think Einstein.
Have you not watched like Oppenheimer?
I don't think the atomic bomb was a good thing.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily. It wasn't necessarily like, hey, yo, let's drop. Like that wasn't a great thing to drop on people. But when they did that shit, hey.
I want to talk to the person who invented, like, you know, food, water.
God?
You know, I want to give them.
You want to get God on the podcast?
Whoever the one that made a burger.
Like
something like that.
That's what I tell my homie, because we're going into like a business venture. Somebody had to come up with the burger. And somebody was like, hey, you should put salt on that. You should put pepper.
Yeah.
Put some cheese. Like, somebody was like, yo, somebody came up with the formula to the cheeseburger and was like, yeah.
Pizza. You know, who invented pizza? Why is the person who invented pizza, why isn't there statues of him?
Why isn't there statues of Korean barbecue?
Why not? But we have to be like, oh yeah, the first man on the moon. The boots that Neil Armstrong had don't even match the prints that were on the moon. Come on, bro.
Now you make me think.
How's the flag waving? There ain't no air up there. How ain't there no air up there? Come on, bro. It's all bullshit. That's what I've learned. The older I get, the more I know that everything is bullshit. And people listening to this right now, oh, he's stupid. Well, you just believe what somebody else told you, and they didn't even wipe their ass. So they didn't even shower, B. How hard is it to just get water? You know? I'm sure everywhere has some sort of pond. Right? You got to watch who you're listening to. That's it. That's the way I live life and look at life. This is my life.
It's your life.
How do I know that you're just not in my simulation right now? This is just a projection of my simulation. You know, if I was playing Grand Theft Auto, you're a character in my game and we're fucking having fun, talking shit. You know, how do I know?
This feel like a Grand Theft Auto podcast. You'd hear this shit on the Grand Theft Auto radio.
I always muted that shit.
Da Vinci.
Who is he?
Galileo. The nigga didn't wipe his ass.
He wasn't about shit, dude. And we're looking towards the Mayans, bro. But the Mayan calendar said, I'm like, bro, what the fuck did the Mayans know back then, dude? Come on, dog. They ain't know nothing. You know what I'm dealing with? Everyday fucking problems. Gas going up. They didn't have to worry about gas. How am I going to try to learn from somebody who didn't even have to deal with gas? Who didn't even have you didn't have a microwave?
Them niggas ain't have to worry about OnlyFans.
They didn't have struggles that we fucking... Look at this. We got calls and shit coming. They didn't have to worry about that. Of course they invented shit because they didn't have nothing else to do, dude. I ain't trying to listen to nothing. Tell me who makes a tree. How does a tree become? How does a tree become paper? Talk to me about that guy who did that. You feel me?
You giving me research topics, huh?
Right? And Christopher Columbus, he was the only one? So who was driving the Pinta or the Santa Maria? He's driving the Nina? He's driving all three? It's just him. Imagine that if you come with the crew of Christopher Columbus, the whole crew, and they're just like, damn, good job, Chris. What the fuck? What about history, bro? It's all bullshit. You know, World Fair? What about that? All the buildings in the World Fair, what happened to all those? You see how this building outside looks? It looks like something if you were to tell a child, draw a house. Okay, it's gonna look like a square. None of that shit looked like that, dude. Back in the day. You go to New York City, all those buildings, they're all looking so crazy. That's because technology from back in the day was way better than what we have right now.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, bro. A lot of those buildings, you look at them. Why don't we build shit like that no more?
They don't build shit to last because we live in a capitalist society where everything is money. So it needs to be disposable. Think about your car. That's what I just told my homie. Cars, like, think about, there's trucks today. You could still see old trucks on the road.
Yeah.
You hardly see old cars. There's somebody right now with a C10 hauling around dirt.
Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, for sure.
But you don't. When's the last time you saw a Buick Riviera or an old '90s car? Like when's the last time you seen the newest Monte Carlo on the street? You haven't, bro. I haven't seen them. I just saw a Monte Carlo today, and I was like, damn, them things are still around.
Remember that one where they tried to trick you and think it was a souped up one and
The
put
SS?
like an SS on it? I was
Yeah.
like, get the fuck out of here,
But you
bro.
don't see them no more. Like, where did there was millions of these cars and they just vanished?
Yeah, they just died.
Where'd they go? You can't even find a Monte Carlo in a junkyard.
You know what I hate? And I know you don't like to use the word hate, but I like to use the word fucking hate. Everybody who is so, their whole identity and their whole existence is around the 95, 96 Chevy Impala. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the
What you got against them?
Get the fuck out of here. It's just like, oh yeah, it's like, who's the best rapper? Tupac. So you're telling me every car ever fucking invented ever is nothing compared to that replica cop car? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
That car got
whack.
the same engine as the Corvette.
That's
C4?
just whack. I don't know. That shit's whack. It's whack to me. It's whack to me. Hey, bro, what's your favorite car? 96 Impala SS. What color? Maroon.
Damn. Damn.
Right?
As if black and silver never exist.
Maroon. The maroon one.
What you want, man? Want some big rims on it?
I want some ribs.
What color interior? Tan.
With some solar barracks in the trunk. Get the fuck. That car's a piece of shit, bro. I'm hating. I don't give a fuck.
You big hated. Like,
I don't give a fuck. I'm allowed to hate because I'm so open-minded about everything, and I'm just like, oh, cool, you like that? No. I need a little fucking room to hate, bro. And I hate everybody that loves that car right there. And that's it. That's just a little bit of hating. I'm gonna hate on that, and I'm gonna hate on history, and I'm gonna hate on Galileo.
Okay.
A little bit. I ain't listening to nobody that doesn't wash their ass.
Galileo and Da Vinci, booty is stanky.
Any of them, bro. Any of that shit that I learned in school, that shit was whack as fuck. Why am I learning about these people? You know? I don't know, dude. Who invented tamales? Who the fuck invented tamales?
The banana wrap ones or the corn husk?
I'm Mexican, bro.
But which one do you like better?
Nah,
I like the banana.
The
leaf
banana, those are like, that's like Puerto
So-
Rican
that's
or
Central,
something.
like, yeah.
That's Spanish shit.
That shit's
I'm
fire.
Mexican.
I haven't had a tamale in a minute.
They make them like square too, not like a rectangle.
I like when I eat there's a tamal and I eat it and I can just swallow it without chewing, no diddy. Like I just like. I miss having a pan con pollo.
There's Christmas is coming up. I'm gonna disrespect all your broke ass grandmas over there. Instead of making 300 tamales, make 100 tamales with an even amount of meat and masa. Right?
I hate when it's too much masa and
Get
no
the
meat.
fuck out. It's
Like, when
just you break it in.
When you break and you like it'll be like this much meat.
Poor as fuck, dude. Send a GoFundMe, dude. You know, do a GoFundMe before she passes and then do one after she passes. Before, so she can have the right
Sound like you had
ingredients.
some bad Christmases. when I was with a Hispanic girl, the tamal was fire.
It had thin wall. There's got to be a thin, nice, even wall of masa, bro. If you break that shit open and it looks like the crust of the earth, dude, I ain't fucking with that.
I haven't had a papoose in a minute.
Damn, that's more Spanish shit, dude. I only know Mexican kind of things.
I'm a Central American guy. My sons have Guatemalan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Got you. That's more when I go to like the East Coast and Florida and shit. I start to get those influences out there. You know, they speak a different kind of Spanish. It's too fast.
It's way too like my son speaks Spanish fast.
Dude,
He's like,
they're dancing when they talk. Why are you doing all those movements? You talk to a Mexican, but then you talk to somebody from like down south, Spanish, and it's like, damn, I don't even understand. I don't even understand none of that shit that they be saying. And want to hear my bit? So I'm working on it, right? I'm still working on it.
What's your
bit?
bit?
Because I might lose that weight loss
challenge.
All right, you ready for it? Because I gotta practice it, dude. You know, growing up in a Mexican family, you don't think that you're any different than anybody else until you have breakfast at your white friend's house. You know, you go to my white friend's house, they have bacon, eggs, sausage. Like, man, this is good. You get some toast. You want wheat, you want white. That's crazy. Because in my Mexican household, the only thing I would have for breakfast is asshole soup. And they call it menudo. You know? And it's like the soup takes 8 hours to make this soup from an asshole. You know? I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But something like that. Because that's what it's like. Why are we eating this? That's crazy, bro. Why the fuck? Why can't we just eat like eggs and bacon? But you had to go with the straight up asshole. You know, as people will be like, it's not the asshole, it's the intestines. Okay, so the asshole is just the exit. Right?
Essentially.
The asshole's the exit. But it's still.
You're making me want to poop now.
Yeah, I know, dude. I don't know. This is shit that I be thinking about. I think we should do this every other week.
I'm down.
You know? Just talk shit. And then we'll have like things that we're going to talk about. You bring things, I'm bring things. Because like now I got you thinking about Galileo.
I know.
Stank ass full.
I'm about to see if Da Vinci was out here in these dresses not wiping his butt.
Came out here with a book.
Like he smelled that. Like you smelled that, Da Vinci. Like you dude. He was like, who? Like that.
You're telling me about Saturn?
You know what's funny? When I was watching Nakai build the car, he farted. And I was standing next to my homie. He bent over, like he was doing the J squat, and it was a little toot, and I was like, did this nigga just fart? And you know, usually when you fart, you like look around to hear if anybody heard it. Like he farted, and it was just so casual because he was like he farted, and he just worked.
And he always wears those windbreakers too, like the Aladdin joints.
He was wearing some. I got the picture. He got some Scooby Doo pajamas on. I know he got from Marshall's because I saw him the next day. And I was like, this dude just farted in the pajamas. I know they humming.
Oh, and it came out so free, too. So there wasn't any restriction. It was just straight pajama, asshole.
Yeah, I don't know if he was wearing drawers. I didn't check to see if he had a panty line or nothing.
It's like, and it sounds different.
Yeah.
There's a little.
It was a smooth, like this like he farted. And I could hear it I was like,
how's that fool smell like cigarettes, bro?
It just smell like cigarettes.
He be smoking too much,
bro. He would just smoke. He would smoke. He drink a little green, like a little pink, like fruit juice.
Yeah.
Just get back to work.
That's how you know he ain't got no homies around him, bro. He just be smoking like crazy. If you had
that's the culture.
Yeah, I know.
That's the culture out there, though, bro. Like when I was in China, they would be in office buildings, just smoke. You know, like nobody smokes in buildings. Like back in the day, G moms would take you. Can I get a smoking section? Nobody smoke no more.
Yeah, what the fuck, right? I smoked in Japan one time. Almost threw up.
Cigarettes too strong?
It's too strong, bro. It's different kind of strain. If you look at their teeth, you could tell. Like, nah. Even people I know that smoke most of their life, like their teeth still look doable. But their teeth look like the bottom of the popcorn. Like when it cooked a little too much, you'd be like, damn, bro.
On that note, boss man, I got a boo-boo.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, dog. Thank you guys for listening.
Brush your teeth.
And think about history. You know?
Did they really do it?
Give your mom some money for the tamales. Peace.